Then we get the chicks.
The Fan.
Hey, what it do?
Ahoy, hoy.
What is up?
What is the deal with sports?
What is the deal with sports?
I don't know.
I hate sports.
Do you?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm a huge sports guy. Let's go. We're going to talk hockey today. We're going to talk golf.
Your Sabres?
My Sabres, baseball, football, bowling.
So sports?
All of it.
They're doing a thing. I guess it's not.
We're going to talk every sport today.
I guess I looked up and I saw Dana White, who I can't stand, but I guess it's just a UFC thing. See Dana White come out with his men should not go to therapy, men should internalize it and be manly.
Oh,
this and the guy that gets angry and beats his wife in public. So that was, I don't know when that was. I think it was fairly recently. I saw it today, made my rounds. Yeah, so they got a fight coming up, and of course, someone stuck a mic in his face, and he did the men need to not be soft and talk about their feelings, just be men. And we're like, well, dude, you literally got mad and smacked your wife in public. Maybe you should go to therapy.
That's what we were taught, and then we realized, this is wrong.
It's not a good idea to internalize it and then release it after you've been drunk and throw a whiskey bottle at someone, or in case of Dana White, slap your wife at a nightclub.
Everyone my age wants to kill everybody, so
yeah,
not a good idea, Dana.
So, as someone
that's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, really
maybe men need to not be so much, quote,
perhaps
men.
The result of not going to therapy all these years is everybody wants to kill everyone. By the way, I totally agree with him. What would Grandpa do? That's what I always say.
Exactly.
Grandpa would be like, what?
Grandpa would chew on some hickory stick and then
That's
not
right.
talk to his wife for at least 11 years.
Suck it up.
Yeah, and then die at 65 of a massive coronary.
That's right.
Mainly because his arteries were clogged with anger and regret and poor
but at
decisions
least
and
he
trauma.
didn't have to talk about
That's right.
He was a man.
Yeah. Just
Men.
Just made me think about when I saw his clip. It made me think of that stupid documentary that you had that you watched, the Manosphere thing, and it's just so sad that is what millions and millions of young men are like. That's who I want to grow up to be. All man, Dana White.
Is it ironic that his name is Dana?
A little bit. Well, at no point did you see the irony in talking about swallowing your feelings and just holding it in, and that you literally got caught smacking your wife on camera. I
don't see the parallel.
There was no irony there at all. Maybe that could have helped.
No proof.
No, except for the camera.
No proof.
No, that was
Fake
on there.
news.
Well, look, sometimes, as Stephen A. Smith once taught me, sometimes we have to make sure we're not provoking our men.
That's a good point.
Look,
She could have been asking for it. Jeez.
Man, tell you what.
As someone that went to therapy for 7 years, guys, go to therapy. It'll help you. It's really good for you.
It's wild out there.
It's really, really good.
Nah, they don't need that. You guys don't need that. Just listen to us.
And then literally listen to us by saying,
we'll be your therapist.
Go to therapy. Go. And by the way,
only listen to us sometimes.
Nah, and don't do that weird discount. Don't go to a junior college and get someone who's learning. Go get a professional brain wrangler. Gotta get in there and dig around, find out where that comes from. It's good for you. It helps.
All right. Well,
sports.
Yeah, just got some big news on the golf tournament.
Oh, our golf tournament. There's usually some sort of golf tournament going on that I refuse to acknowledge. The golf tournament.
You're talking about the Truist Championship?
Yeah.
You want to know about it?
No, not really. Well, that's what I was afraid that you were going to talk about, but you're going to talk about our golf tournament.
You were afraid I was going to talk about a great championship such as the Truist?
Do you know
Why would you be afraid of
Do we know what Truist is?
I don't know. Some company.
You don't.
I don't know.
You didn't know what the Valspar was.
Again, just some sponsor. I don't care about the sponsors. I care about who wins the tournament.
And where's this tournament at?
You
don't seem to know anything about this supposed great tournament.
I think it's in North Carolina. I think they're Quail Hollow this week.
You don't know anything.
The last golf I watched was the TGL, and they were on the moon, so maybe they're on Pluto?
Yeah.
Jupiter?
Yeah. Well, they were the TGL the last time I saw them, they were in a bat cave and then an active volcano. So unless the Truist is golfing from an active volcano and or the bat cave, possibly an underground layer of some sort, like a sewer system, much like the Portland Streetmen, then I'm not interested in whatever the Truist has going on.
Nikolai Højgaard 5 under in his last 4 holes.
That sounds like a made-up name, by the way.
He's
The
taking
streetman of the
lead.
caddies.
Or, yeah. See, now that, you might get my attention on that.
Happy Gilmore style.
Yeah, if you had to have a streetman on a bag of every man at the Truist, now, and by the way, you don't get to pick. We just randomly go around and assign you a streetman, and you don't know what you're getting at that point. That's, sign me up. That's like the idea we had when we talked about putting like lions in center field of a baseball game, like an alligator pit. You want to get live some ratings? There you go. Random streetman on the bag.
Do you think they would just start gobbling up all the golf balls?
Well, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Well,
Taking everybody's ball and keeping it?
I'm guessing one of them at some point is going to like fall down. Although, you know, they've got some stamina.
Grabbing patrons' chairs and bags. And
Could be.
putting them on their shopping cart.
Well, they're definitely going to take some stuff. We know that for, you know, get that push gear cart out there. And
By the 18th hole, they're all pushing giant shopping carts full of everyone's stuff.
hey, you got to admit, sometimes the amount of stuff that they can accumulate and move around with
Yeah.
them, it's impressive.
It is.
This is why I said if we could find a way to harness the skill set of the streetmen, we could. I mean, they've got skills. We just have to find a way to utilize it, put it towards good. It's like a supervillain. If we could just focus Lex Luthor on good, a la Elon Musk, things will happen. We just have to find a way to harness that energy. And like, I don't know, the drug thing, but maybe the drugs are kind of one of the reasons why they're. You know, they have some of those powers.
Maybe they should have gone to therapy.
No. Dana White said no.
Oh.
Some man named Dana said no.
Who beats his wife, but is against men talking about their feelings.
Never.
Do you think the Fan Golf Classic should be more Portland? In other words, maybe incorporate some Tentman or maybe some meth or something?
I don't think the people at Langdon would like that.
Yeah, that's probably true.
By the way, I had to find it because it's even better than I thought. This is the actual quote from Dana White. I hate this whole men's mental health stuff that they talk about. Unfortunately, when you're a man and you are the provider, you can't be that guy posting on social media, oh, I had a bad day, I'm so sad. It's unattractive to other males, which I'm not sure why he is concerned about that, let alone women. I hate this whole men's mental health stuff.
But he's gay.
He is, hey, just so you know, guys, if you go to therapy, not attractive to other males. That
You know how
according
many
to
guys
Dana
are going to be like, yeah, about time somebody said that. Been thinking that for years.
White. Although wouldn't those guys want to go to therapy because then it would make them unattractive to other males? And wouldn't they want to be, because they get very angry if a man finds them attractive.
Yeah, they're very Shia LaBeouf. You can be
Yeah.
gay, but just over there.
Do over there. So it really is kind of a contradicting message here that my man Dana here is bringing to the table.
No way. It's almost as if he's an idiot.
But he's a rich idiot, and to people, that's all that matters.
true.
He oversees the most masculine sport on the planet, and he's rich.
No.
Therefore, a lot of 22-year-old bros wearing tap-out and Ed Hardy clothing, a.k.a. Logan Paul, will love him.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
So anyway, here's what I was told. The Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms, Tuesday, June 23rd. You like that dramatic pause?
It's a big
Put
one.
it in!
I kept waiting. I thought you were just looking
Did you like
for,
that?
for a drop.
No. Oh. This is a dramatic pause.
Yeah. By
We
the way-
are down.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're down to one foursome in the afternoon. One foursome left.
That's it.
10 in the morning. So if you want to play in our tournament, you better hurry.
11 spots. Well,
11 foursomes.
11 foursomes left.
Yeah.
Told you the afternoon sells out fast, so if you want to play in the afternoon,
One more.
and once it's gone,
One more.
this isn't like one of those big lot sales
One
where it's
more.
like going out of business like every day for like 9 months. No, when this is gone, it's gone. Otani-san.
He'll be out there.
No therapy, by the way, out there. None.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk about your feelings out on the golf course.
Hey, golf is the man's therapy.
That's right.
That's right.
Be none of that. Might be staging some cockfights off of 17. You know, just,
We're going to have a loud muffler off
ooh, I like it.
so you guys can all rev your engines and
Yeah.
show your little weens.
There you go. Let's, you know what? This golf tournament's about to get too fast, too furious.
That's right.
I
Watch
like it.
out, Langdon Farms parking lot.
I like them. The muffler off needs to happen.
Yep.
I think and then, you know,
Yep. Brought to you by Car Toys.
Maybe some power slap league fighting in the big red barn afterwards. Like, if there's, maybe it's one of those things where if there's a tie, we just turn to the power slap. You get one representative that gets to get up there and not express their feelings, but just smack the hell out of the other guy. He's a beast! I like where we're going. This tournament's just gotten 33% more manly.
Yeah, I think we usually get one or two women that play in it.
Well, they're gone now.
Yeah, I don't know if they played last year.
I mean, with this new, but I'm saying with
Were there any women out there last year?
I don't know.
I wasn't here, so I
was looking at Steven.
I think there's.
As if he knew.
I think there was still one
Were
or
there?
two. Yeah. But with our new masculine format, I'm not certain.
Well, there could be masculine women out there.
That's true. Just be prepared, women. If you show up, don't you dare try to talk about your feelings or be a decent human being. That's right out the window.
No, we will have none of that.
This is man stuff.
I would also like to announce that weather permitting, I will be taking off my shirt on the 6th hole.
Yes. Nothing is more manly than showing off your bare chest to other men and the one woman that will be in attendance.
Yes, I'm feeling very, what's the word?
Turned on or?
What? No.
I think it's really sexy.
I don't know what the word is. I'm just feeling very inspired by this.
I'm juiced up.
I'm juiced up.
Can you be strapped as well? I think you need if you're going to be
What does that
shirtless,
mean?
I think you need a gun as well.
Yeah, I'll have my holster.
Okay,
Bye, bitch.
I'm kind of picturing you in kind of like a apocalyptic, Mad Max sort of thing. Maybe an eye patch where shirtless, but with a holster, because nothing says manly quite like carrying a gun.
Yeah, we'll have a gun sale out there.
Oh, yes.
Bring some ARs.
Well, you got a couple of them, right?
I have 4. I'm down to 4. I don't think you need more than 4.
Rob's got an AR 12, 13, 14. He got the whole set. It's like buying a set of steak knives. He gets the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tattoo parlor, perhaps?
I'll leave them loaded, but they're locked. Don't worry about that. Tattoos. We got you covered. So it's it's gonna be it's a Tuesday, June 23rd this year. So we've got 11 foursomes left. 10 of those are in the morning wave. And if you're in the morning wave, I don't know if you get to see Big Sook. He's a late bloomer. He may not be out there.
I think we got that flipped. Now I will say, I do not, because the morning round tees off at what, 8, 7, somewhere in there. Anybody?
I don't know.
It's early, and that's a long way from my house. But I, unlike you,
like I said,
I do get there for the morning flight. I'm usually about a 9:30 to 10:30 arrival.
We'll see about that.
I got Rob pegged.
Don't be spinning this on me.
I got Rob pegged for about 1:15 to 1:30.
The listeners are pissed. I'm not a star. See, here's the thing. I'm just me. You're a star. Everybody wants to meet
America,
you.
Woo!
They want to size you up. You
gotta,
need to be out there all day.
Look, it's going to take for a while for me to butch up before I get out there in the morning. I got to go through a whole manly routine.
I'm going to be doing push-ups.
Yes.
We're all gonna size you up because it's a man off.
Man, then I
Right.
got to go through I got to do a cold plunge. I probably got a sauna. I definitely got to do some pull-ups.
Golf.
I have to stare in the mirror and hate
sort
my
of powder in your drink.
Yeah,
green juice.
Green juice.
Is that too?
Yeah, super greens. And then I got to stare in the mirror and get some self-loathing in for a while, and maybe I can go to punch some people, go to a class in the morning. Just kind of get going, and that's going to take a while. I'm not sure I can do that and get there by 7:30. It's going to take me a while to butch up.
Let me read the sponsors real quick for you guys. Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Window Nation, Illegal, Mezcal, and George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law. There you go.
Again, that's part of our new manly format.
So this is the Brad Boxberger opening prattle. Before we get to real sports, we're going to start with Rossini Vrabel today, since we didn't get to that yesterday.
Dude, it never ends.
No, it doesn't, and we don't want it to.
No. Well, I think Vrabel does.
True. Well, the Patriots do.
Look, there's a chance. There's a lot of people saying, look, he may end up getting in some trouble for this.
So we'll get to that, but I wanted to tell you, I told you already that I unfairly hate Teron Stokes, the number 1
basketball player in the country.
With that being said,
yeah,
that
guy
that went to your school.
Yeah, I hate him. and he's going to suck, and he'll be overrated, and it will be a problem. I'm now thinking he is going to. Bill Self will retire after this season, and it will be because with an assist from Darren Peterson.
Sure.
It will be because of Teron Stokes.
But with that being said,
and the likes of Teron Stokes. Have
Yeah.
you seen his latest picture that has gone viral?
No, what's he doing now?
Well, what do you mean? What he's? Guess what he did. It's just a photo. It's on his Instagram.
Okay.
Guess what he did. Don't look it up.
Okay.
He wore a Missouri shirt.
No, that would be grounds for
Yeah.
terminating his NIL.
Hey, I
Okay,
just went to
well-
the worst.
When I think of, I'm guessing it is something to do involving a Lamborghini, perhaps.
Close.
Car.
Close. Cash.
Oh,
He did the cash flash.
He did the cash flash.
He's got his arm held out.
Yeah.
And he's got $20 not hundreds, not C notes, 20s rolled all the way up his arm.
Well,
And behind him, he's got his vertical blinds in his apartment.
Enormous.
I hate him.
is this kid gonna break you?
Probably.
Oh yeah, I see it here.
Unless he scores 25 a game, and then I might.
He's the number one pick of the draft. and we love him.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, the thing that I'm looking forward to the most of the upcoming basketball season will be the love-hate relationship between Mr. Stokes
Yeah.
and Isaac Robb and Bill Self.
It's going to be bad.
Because Bill Self is, like, he's had 2 heart attacks.
3,
And
I think.
He's had 3?
2.5.
And I felt like last year Peterson about put him in the grave,
Yeah.
and I feel like Stokes is going to come and finish him off.
Well, that's
When
what I
he
just
misses
said.
the
Yeah.
second half because he has like a little ankle roll,
Yeah.
that's gonna be great.
Yeah, and I honestly, Darren Peterson was a handful. I think deep down, Self liked Peterson, like as a person, but handling his situation was a mess.
Yeah.
This kid, Self is
but
going
with
to
that
hate
being
him.
said,
He's going to hate him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, the vertical blind cash thing.
Vertical blind with 20s?
Yeah, well,
Does he know how stupid he looks?
there's a white couch in the background with is that a Louis Vuitton?
And by the
Get a
way,
life, bro.
is there anything old white guys hate more than the cash flaunt? We hate that. Not that he's trying to butter us up or anything, but us old white guys, when we carry cash,
Yeah.
and yes, I am an old, we put the bigger bills behind the smaller ones.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
If you have a money clip,
Yeah.
if you have a couple $100 in there, guess what's on the outside? People can only see the ones.
Put the fiver on the out, baller style. You can't win this way. I will tell you.
You can't win this way.
I still think the worst part of that is the vertical blinds. No offense to the cash flash. I feel like the vertical blinds is the most offensive part of that photo.
Yeah, dude, pick something cool behind you.
Like, I don't know how much like that costs to get someone to get in there and tear those down and put up a decent set of curtains, but look, you got a bunch of 20s there. You need to peel a couple of those off and get rid of the vertical blinds. That's not the
anyway,
flex
He
that
should,
you...
he should have done it at like the club or the bar
Yeah,
or something.
right. Well, he's a little young, but
Yeah,
Maybe in front of,
because
like-
they care.
like Suk said, the Lamborghini or something.
I thought it was a Lambo.
You know he's driving a nice car,
Oh, 100%.
right?
Well, that's what I thought. I was thinking some sort of Lambo or...
Maybe he's showing he saves money.
Yeah.
Well, he is showing to be a little frugal. He's got an apartment with vertical blinds.
See,
and he only
I'm
flaunts his
impressed.
20s.
I'm impressed. He's saving up just in case his basketball career does not
Hey,
happen.
man. I'll tell you right now. The one thing that you can gather from people's Instagrams is the NIL money is not being invested. No. It's... Well, did you see, Diego Pavia, who's never going to make another dollar playing football. Have you seen the photos from Ravens minicamp of him?
No.
Dude, it's hilarious. So they're in shotgun, and their center obviously is bent over, and Diego Pavia is about level. Like he's
He's a little guy.
let's just say, eye to eye, if you will. It's quite alarming. So my man, I hope he's saving his money, but like there's videos of him just at every turn that are coming out. He's a big fan of the strip clubs. So he's just there and he's just hucking money, which, hey man, you want to have fun at a strip club, be my guest, but you didn't make that much at Vanderbilt, and I really, really hope that you're saving some of that because that NFL money ain't coming.
What do you think he made at Vandy?
Well, I also think that a lot of these figures are overblown. I do.
Give me a ballpark.
I'll bet you at Vandy, I bet you he walked away with $5 million.
Oh, $5 million. Yeah. I was going to say 2.5.
Well, he was there. He had 2 good years there. Remember, he came back for that second year. So I'll bet you that first year, Well, you know what? Probably not that much because I'll bet you that first year he made more like a mill and a half.
Because he was at New Mexico State.
He was in New Mexico.
He was good.
But he played 2 years at Vanderbilt and had 2 good years.
So he cashed in that second year.
He cashed in the second year. Yeah, he made a couple mil. But this is my point. It's like, let's say he made $5 million, which may be aggressive. But I don't think it's somewhere probably between 3 and 5. Well, that's not $5 million. That's $2.5 million. And you look at the way like some of these guys are spending the money, and let me just say for the record, you have the right to spend the money however the hell you want. There's no worse argument than, well, they can't be trusted with the money. It's not your decision. Spend it however the hell you want. But if you're Carson Beck and you're buying like 9 luxury vehicles and you're Diego Pavia and you're just begging to give the money away, you better hope that the NFL works out. And for a lot of these guys, it's not going to. But again, it's your money. You earned it. Spend it the way you want. But
yeah, I hope Pavia's listening to our program, but he's probably not.
Well, that dude is.
I mean, he could be on the Odyssey app.
He's an interesting fellow
if he wanted to.
But don't ever listen to anyone that makes the argument of, well, these kids are going to blow it, therefore they shouldn't get it. No, that's not the way it works, dude. When you make the money, you get to spend it however the hell you want.
That is your Brad Boxberger opening prattle. Thank you.
True story.
Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, the story that will not end. Next.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the NCAA tournament on the basketball side will officially expand to 76 teams starting next season for both the men and the women. The 8 additional teams added will all be at-large bids, and the 12 lowest automatic seeds and the 12 lowest at-large seeds will be playing in the opening round, which was previously known as the First Four. Knicks forward OG Anunoby, he is day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Knicks up 2-0 in that series over the 76ers. Indianapolis Colts, they released cornerback Kenny Moore II today. Moore gets his release after requesting a trade from the franchise, and the Colts not being able to figure out that trade. And former Beaver Matthew Boyd, left-handed pitcher, underwent successful surgery on his left meniscus. Boyd suffered the injury playing with his children. He should be out about a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com. I don't hate my kids. I love my kids. I hate being a dad.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
That's our man, Stevie Brackets. Now,
more people need to be honest, because that statement seems controversial, but there's a lot of people that are like that. And kudos to you for having some effing courage.
I don't hate my kids. I love my kids. I hate being a dad. I'm a hero.
You are.
You're a hero to many, Stephen.
Yes, you are.
Now, lowercase was just in there, and we went to the kids because, you know, I'm an old white guy complaining about some kid flashing his cash.
Young black kid that's showing off how much money he has.
Right. So not the best guy to ask, right?
No.
So we went to lowercase, who is, you know, look, he's kind of street, but he's from Lake Oswego, but he's young. He's young.
Well, and he was a rapper from the mean streets of Lake Oswego, and he's friends with Yeet?
Lake
Oswego.
Lake Oswego.
He's from Lake Oswego.
Yeah.
And he was a rapper, and so that's why I said he's kind of street.
Yeah.
But not really. But he is
Lake
a young.
Oswego.
And we went to the Youngs, and we asked him what he thought of Teron Stokes' post with $20 bills and vertical blinds. And he was like, dude, that is insanely stupid. Insanely stupid.
Yeah.
And he did say that, if a kid were to, a guy were to flash a bunch of cash and like have kind of cool surroundings and, some jewelry, maybe a car, something, like make it look cool.
Not
Sure.
20s.
Yeah, exactly. C notes, not 20. He's like that works in certain communities, but he would also assume that means that they're dealing drugs. So look, the youngs and the olds unite over this. Teron Stokes is an idiot.
Well, every time I see something like that, I always think, who thinks that's cool? Because you do meet a lot of young people that think it's dumb, but obviously a lot of people do think it's cool because it's just
everybody does it.
Everyone does it. So,
Well, not everyone.
well, have you seen like the new prom
Did
trends?
you do that when you were?
We should
recruiting?
start.
Well, I didn't have any money. Are you kidding me?
I still don't have money.
I think,
It's coming. It's coming, Steven.
yeah. Shockingly enough,
Play the lottery.
no one illegally recruited me. That didn't happen. I think the only thing I got illegal was like I got some like free swag on recruiting trips, which back then was a big taboo. They would like they'd put you in a room with some gear and then be like, well, we'll see you back at the hotel. And it was like, oh, whatever you could carry. Like that was
Wow. Did you carry it all out of there and put it on your Instagram? Like, check this out.
yeah, check this.
Put it under your shirt.
Yeah, there was no illegal none of that. I had a point and I completely
Yeah,
lost
what
it.
were you saying?
What were we talking about? The
Blip,
kids
blip,
and
blip,
blip,
the
blip,
kids,
blip, and someone
being
likes
said-
it. I don't remember at all. You got me with the illegally. My recruiting money that I got. Was I flashing it? No, I was not.
Yeah, you were going to make a point about the olden days back when you played, but
Lost it.
all right. Well, we'll move on to Rossini and Vrabel. Here's the latest. You guys tired of this story yet?
It doesn't die. It just.
No.
I love how everyone's had like photographs and videos for like 6 years, and just now everyone's like, oh yeah, I got this.
Yeah, but you know what's happening is I think people are shooting videos of Vrabel.
Yeah.
They're seeing Vrabel in the wild.
Yes.
And they're shooting it, and now they're realizing, wait a minute, that wasn't his wife.
Yeah, they all assume it's his wife.
Yeah, that was Rossini,
Yeah.
because nobody knows his wife.
It's true.
So it's like, oh my God. So now we've got a video
I mean,
of...
it is a valid point. Like if Lowercase was out and he saw Mike Tomlin on a boat here in Portland, he would videotape it. He'd be like, oh, it's Mike Tomlin. And then years later, you find out that, oh, who's that with? You go back and look it up, and you're like, oh, boy. And then you call Page 6 or TMZ, and away you go.
Sell them off.
Yeah.
Let's go. So TMZ has obtained a video clip of Vrabel and Rossini renting a private boat together for a day on the water in Tennessee, just the two of them. Now, this was in 2021, interestingly, June, and she gave birth to young Michael later that year. She was pregnant.
Yeah.
And showing in the video.
It's his kid. You know it is.
Well, I mean, that's certainly...
Yeah, it's his kid.
I mean, the speculation of it being his kid started when we found out his name was Michael.
Yeah.
And they were doing it
Yeah.
when Michael was born, or 9 months, for years before Michael was born. So it could be it.
I still can't get over the fact that she had the nerve to try to do the I'm gonna step down because the way that the media is framing this, and I did nothing wrong, knowing maybe she didn't. That there's just a mountain of evidence. I mean, he looks bad, she looks like a fool. This whole thing is just bad.
I just can't believe how.
Can't believe the husband.
I can't believe how. Well, what did he do?
Well, just the idea of if you are the husband or the wife, and depending on what side you're on, the Vrabel or Rossini side, what is that like to find out that you've been a cuck for 6 years,
Well,
and that your kid may not be yours, and that if you're Vrabel's wife, he may have another kid, and this isn't like, this isn't like, oh well, he had a sexual fling like when he was on the road or whatever. You had a 6-year hidden family relationship.
Yeah, Steven and I are of the opinion, we were talking about this off the air the other day. We are of the opinion that it's possible that dude knew about this the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, they're not hiding it.
Sure, he doesn't feel that way.
They're so brazen.
Yeah, they're on a boat together, and
So, from Rossini's side, it may be that they just hated each other. I mean, she talks about him terribly.
It's possible.
Well, no, she does.
No, I'm saying it's
For
possible
years.
that she just hated him.
Yeah, and so it's like she clearly doesn't like him. She cracks jokes about him on TV. So perhaps, maybe even he cheated on her first. I mean, who knows?
No.
But there's something tells me that he knew, like, he wouldn't still be with her.
Look, is Rossini the sympathetic figure in all this? Does she end up being the Batman hero after all this is done?
Because athletes go out when they're on the road and sleep around. Like, I could see a scenario where she's like, hey, husband, for me to get to where I want to be in this business, I might have to do a few things.
God.
And he's like, okay, we hate each other already.
I have to do some things.
I'm going to sleep around too. Like that, I don't think that's a non-zero scenario.
I think she goes home and was like, hey, today was Sean McVay. I'm working my way up to Vrabel. Because McVay was like a coordinator at the time, and she's like making her way. And
I tried Kevin O'Connell, didn't work.
The husband's like, all right, way to go, honey. It's a tough day at work.
Great day, babe.
great day. Made a lot of inroads. Went out on a boat today.
So there was a report that her husband has requested a DNA test on poor Michael, which is sad. It's really sad.
That's the bad part.
Although maybe, like, the Alonzo Mourning meme? Where he's sitting there all sad.
Yeah, it's a great meme.
And then he realizes, maybe this is... Will that be Michael?
Now...
He'll be sad.
If you're a kid, are you stoked to find out...
So he's sad. So he's sitting there. He's Michael. He's like, oh my God, my dad's not my dad, and I'm sad. And then Alonzo Mourning's, he's like, wait, I'm Mike Vrabel's son? And then he's like, oh, well, all right.
Therein lies the question. So, if you found out your dad wasn't your dad...
Which people are doing now because of all the 21andMe stuff.
I have a friend of mine that found out that that was the case. He did the 23andMe and he found out he was, what's the...
Did I say 21andMe?
Well,
that's a different website.
That's a different website. Is it Ashkenazi Jew? What's the...
Whoa.
No, what's the subsect of Jewish people?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
There's a certain subset of like, Jewish is not just a religion, it's a bloodline. Okay. So when you do 23andMe, he came back as 50% Jewish, and his family is not Jewish. They were Irish. So he kind of looked at this thing and was like, this isn't right. Like, he knew where his parents were from, and so he had to go talk to his mom, and the mom was like, well, and they kind of came clean like that. I mean, it is happening. So I know that's devastating, but if you found out, like, who would be where is the line of demarcation to where you wouldn't be upset? Like, if you found out your dad was
If you had a good relationship with who you thought was your dad, you're going to be upset.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yeah.
But
if you find out your dad's like
Tiger Woods?
Well, I'm pretty sure you're not Tiger Woods.
But wouldn't he be more mad at his mom? Because his dad wouldn't have known.
Well, like, you're devastated, but you find out your dad's like Lee Trevino.
I'd be like, why can't I hit a 5-iron?
Well, but then you're hanging out all of a sudden. Like, I'm trying to think for you, like, maybe he's dead now, but like an Arnold Palmer or a Jack.
Dude, if Arnie was mad.
Right.
Listen. You've put me in a tough spot here because I love my dad.
I know you do.
Arnie?
Yeah. You can still love your dad. Now you just got two dads.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is Arnie?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And now your poor real dad your non-real dad has to compete with the new dad who just happens to be multiple Super Bowl champion Mike Vrabel, or in your case, Arnold Palmer. You're hanging out with him. You're like, well, I really need to. Because at the beginning, you're like, screw him. He's not my dad. I want nothing to do. Wait, Arnold Palmer? I would like to.
Maybe I'll reach out.
I'd like to form a relationship.
Yeah, maybe Michael like instantly enrolls in football. Yeah. He's like, I'll play linebacker.
Give this a shot. He's going up there to summer. No offense to the Rossini family, but I'm guessing Vrabel's place a little bit nicer. He's out on a boat, doing some stuff, seeing some Super Bowl rings. It's like when Schwarzenegger had the love child. That kid, like Joseph, I think his name is. You don't think that kid was a little stoked when he found out? Like, eventually he's like, yeah, my mom kind of did something dirty. But on the plus side, my dad, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, if you're going to find out that you're the product, you're the bastard son of like an illicit affair, what takes the sting out of this is, wait, my dad's worth how much? Well, my dad's the most famous bodybuilder. What? That's my genetics? Okay.
It's tough.
All of a sudden, you're feeling not so bad anymore.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Well, let's carry this over. This is the Frank Gay segment for the day. But moving into Molten on the Mac, we've got more questions regarding this about Rossini.
Questions arise.
And Vrabel. I mean, Vrabel may lose his job. The Patriots may be forced to fire him.
Seems to be a bit of a scuttlebutt right now.
So we'll get to that coming up next in the Molten on the Mac segment on The Fan. Okay, for Multnomah Mac today, we're going to follow up. We've got more on the Rossini Vrabel story. So the latest is that they were in Tennessee 2021. She is visibly pregnant. They rented a boat together, and just them went out on the water. And this is, months before young Michael was born. A listener brings up Ime Udoka because Stephen and I were pontificating that perhaps this whole situation, the husband may have known about this for all the, like he probably knew from the very beginning. And who knows, maybe Vrabel's wife knows. But the Ime Udoka thing was, he was married to Nia Long.
Yes.
And she's an actress. And he pointed out that if you listen to her old interviews, she would say, when he's gone, and when I'm gone, I'm gone.
Yeah.
In other words, everybody knew about it. This was their relationship. There are a lot of relationships, particularly in sports, like that.
Yeah.
Because of all the travel, and sometimes these people live in different parts of the country, and it kind of
comes to the territory of being married to a
does.
professional athlete or a celebrity, or
It does. So what if it came out that Vrabel's wife knew about this? And Rossini's husband knew about this.
Well, neither one of them has filed for divorce yet, so
Does that lessen the blow?
It doesn't change the ethics behind it, and was he leaking information to her? And I still don't think she gets another job, but that's weird. It's a line, but I do think if everyone were to come out and have some sort of weird Jenny Jones type episode where they go on there and spill the beans, maybe. It's just not something that regularly gets talked about. It's like everyone knows that goes on in sports, but no one really wants to admit it.
Do people know that?
I think so.
Oh, I think they do, yeah.
See, I think there's a lot of fans that are very naive about it, and they think, oh, this guy's a real family man, this guy really cares, and they'd be surprised to hear about what they're doing.
Yes.
Fans, yes.
I think we're talking more about like people that know are in the sports world.
I mean,
they know.
We had an athlete here, that was viewed as the greatest guy in the world that was a family guy and loved to.
You have a responsibility to your audience.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's still fans that still think that guy is just this great family guy. When,
sure.
In fact, he had girlfriends all around the country.
Yeah, and was a notorious.
Well, a lot of them do.
Was a notorious.
And I don't have a problem with it. I think that I think it comes with the territory.
Well, that's the Tiger Woods thing. Like, I could care less that Tiger Woods was out there with Perkins waitresses. I felt bad for his wife because she sounds like she didn't know, hence the 5-iron, but. The only one that I ever feel bad for is the spouse, but it is kind of amazing that we still get shocked by. I think it was Norm Macdonald that did that, but he's like, "Wait, you're telling me that the most famous athlete in the world likes to lay with ladies?" He's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." But they still very much like to do the happy home family thing, and that was remember when Kobe got caught. With the Colorado thing, that was the one that was kind of the final straw that broke the camel's back. Was he said, "Well, Shaq pays to make these things go away." That he said that, and that got out there. And again, Shaq was a guy that kind of did the goody two shoes kind of act as well, but was also a notorious hound. So it's a weird dance that public figures play. That people like to do the. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a when in reality, I mean, you still are those things. It's just, you have a non-traditional life. And I would guess, at least from my brief experience of being around professional athletes as a player and then doing this the last 20 years, if the wife, for the most part, doesn't know, it's because she doesn't want to know. I think very few are actually
encouraging.
Not
encouraging, but no.
I just think there's the vast majority of them understand that it's a don't ask, don't tell, and it's part of the.
They put their blinders on.
Yes, I had a friend of mine that played with the Dolphins, and the wives. It was a game to see who could get the rookies. Like that was a competition.
Hot.
Yeah, there were several wives that had a club, and. It was a contest, and obviously it was you wanted the first round pick, and the guy that I knew was not the first round pick, and he joked that he was kind of like the consolation of the consolation of the consolation prize.
You got the loser 7th rounder.
Yeah. But he said it was kind of a thing, and it was kind of the wives' way of being like F you, because they knew, and that too many times there'd be a paternity test or there'd be an out of wedlock kid, and that crossed a line, and this was kind of a retribution sort of thing. And that was 25 years ago before Instagram. It's just a weird.
What percentage of professional athletes in the United States of America, what percentage of their marriages does the spouse know what they're doing on the road?
70.
70 no, 30 don't?
No, 70,
or like
70% no.
Like how many of them do you think aren't doing anything and they are devoted? And
that's very few.
Yeah, so that's like 10%?
Yeah, 10 to 15%.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a small number.
Yeah, and I know that may shock people, but come on, man.
It's a small number.
It's just...
You have to really... If the ones that aren't... You're talking about the really religious guys. You're talking about the guys that, like, God is watching type of stuff. Outside of that...
Or the wife is watching, like Doug Christie.
Yes. But
you remember that whole thing?
Those do exist, but they are not the common. And I would say at least 70% of the wives either know explicitly or do the don't ask, don't tell, but they know what... I mean, there's a difference between outright knowing who it is and what it is and knowing that it goes on. And I would say at least 70%, at least, have a clear understanding that when he is gone, something is happening. And a lot of them, it's the don't do it in my city and don't throw it in my face. And like my buddy that played for the Dolphins, it was don't embarrass me. Don't show up with a kid. Don't show up with a disease. Don't have the lady show up at our house. The infamous one, if you read, it might have been another Jeff Proman book. Someone, did he write the Walter? I read an autobiography on Walter Payton, and at Walter Payton's Hall of Fame ceremony, the wife and the mistress wanted to come, and the wife was really pissed. Not necessarily that he had the mistress, but the Hall of Fame ceremony was for the wife. It was not for her. And the mistress was like, no, I'm coming. And so it was a whole thing where the family had to be like, it was like a big behind the scenes kerfuffle of where do you sit the family versus where do you sit the side piece. But she was more than just a side piece because she was the regular side piece.
What a problem.
And that's the other one too. You've got the randos that like in every city, and then you've got the side pieces that have the apartments. That's a different level because then you're taking care of them. You're paying their bills. And
the author of that book is Don Yeager. It's called Never Die Easy.
Yeah.
Somebody texted and said Dave Grohl was surprising to me.
Yeah.
Thought he could do no wrong, but hey, he's still a rock star.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like that's the whole point. Yeah. When you say 70%, whatever, that's the same thing with rock stars. It's like
I think it's probably worse for musicians.
Yeah, maybe. It's just like never think that any of these guys are on the up and up because the chances are they are not.
Yeah.
Every once in a while there's an AC Green.
Yep.
But even Dave Grohl.
Yeah. So I said like you'll get
out there impregnating ladies.
The ones that I would say that you can probably bet on, and no one's perfect, and I'm not judging anyone, but the Kurt Warners and the Tim Tebows and the John Kitnas, those are the people that
they're very clearly devout.
Yes, yeah. And those are the people that if you're going to bet on someone that's minding their P's and Q's, because if God ain't watching and you're not doing it because of a moral sort of code, the amount of temptation and stuff that is thrown at those guys and just the lifestyle, it's you better have something holding you down.
Also, P1 Ryland says, gonna say no on her husband knowing since he hired the private investigator. Could be wrong. That's a good point, but that also came way later.
Yeah.
They've been together
long time.
Apparently, Vrabel and Rossini have been doing this for 6 years at least.
Yeah.
So perhaps he knew about it all the way back then, and then she said it was over, and then he's like, I don't think it's over. I'm gonna hire a the point is with all of this.
Wait till it shakes out.
The point is with all this is you have no idea what people's married lives are like behind closed doors.
Yeah.
You just have none.
Yeah.
Zero.
No. Someone brought up,
Is there another word for zero or none?
Zilch.
Zilch.
Someone brought up, Bartolo Colon had a second family in where the country he was from.
Yeah. So we have no idea.
No.
So will the Patriots be forced to fire Vrabel now on Kalshi, which is the futures market?
And by the way, that gives you a pretty as that market shifts, it'll give you a pretty good idea because the people that are moving the needles on that, they know.
That's where this predictive markets come into play. Things like this.
People know.
Odds of him not being the next coach increased by over 10%.
Yeah.
Last week, he was at 77% odds that he remains the coach.
Mm-hmm.
He is now at 64%.
Yeah, it shifted, man. We're getting close to a coin flip.
And we're already putting out the odds on Patriots' next coach, who obviously the names are Mike Tomlin, Sean McDermott, and Josh McDaniels.
Tell you what, if it turns out there's a love child in this, that may be the macho man off the top rope. Ha!
Yep.
Gotcha!
Do you think she's going to make a mint off of all this when it's all said and done?
She could if she wanted to, but I don't know if you want to.
I think she might.
I don't know if she wants to go down that road, but she could. She could cash in. Cost you your soul and your dignity, but you could.
Well, she doesn't have much of that left.
Yeah, it's possible.
It'd be possible.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You're giving her dignity at this point?
No, but there's a difference.
She has flamed her own.
Understand, but if she wants to lean into this hard, there's a way she could do this and make a lot of money. But it's, I don't think we've ever seen a reporter do it. How about that?
Well, this is not just any reporter.
It is not.
This is Diana Rossini. I'm telling you, I think this story is one of the biggest in sports since you and I have been together.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah. This is enormous.
Yeah, coach went to the Super Bowl and one of the more prominent reporters.
It's one of the biggest scandals ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there'll be more coming out. I think eventually the some of the other names that have been rumored, the O'Connells, the McVeys, they're all just rumors. Wait till that stuff starts coming out. Wait till the video of her fighting another reporter in a team hotel over a coach who's now a prominent coach. Wait till that stuff starts happening. I mean, I'm
waiting.
There could be more to this that just keeps trickling out.
There's your Multnomah Mac. We got to move on to the points gobbler. Today in the gobbler, Draymond Green remains a putz.
from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NCAA tournament will officially expand to 76 games starting in 2027 for both the men and the women. The 8 additional teams added will all be at large bids. The teams that will be playing in this new opening round will be the 12 lowest automatic seeds and 12 lowest at-large seeds. They will be playing in what is previously known as the first 4. Knicks forward OG Anunoby, he's day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Knicks up 2-0 in that series over Philadelphia. Playoffs, round 2 tonight. First game, we got Detroit taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, Detroit is a 3.5 to 4-point favorite in that one. Later on, Lakers at OKC. OKC, a giant 15.5-point favorite in that game. Colts, they released cornerback Kenny Moore the second today. Moore gets his release after he had requested trade from the Colts, but they could not come up with a trade partner. And former Beeve pitcher Matthew Boyd, he's on the Cubs now. He underwent successful surgery in his left meniscus. Boyd suffered the injury playing with his children, and he should be out about a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right, welcome back. It is time now for the Points Gobbler.
Num, 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 num.
We're going to get to some Draymond Green audio here momentarily. Someone brings up an interesting point, one we hadn't thought of with regards to Rossini Vrabel.
What you got?
He said, what's more likely is that she has no idea who the father is and just decided to frame the dumb jock. But that got me to thinking, what if, dude, listen to this. What if he knew about Vrabel all the way from the beginning,
Yeah.
but because he hired the PI 6 years later or whatever, he and her are in on framing Vrabel because as the kid got older,
Huge settlement.
they realized, wait a minute, that's Vrabel's kid, and they don't like each other anyway, but they're like, hey, well, at least we can get some money out of Vrabel for this.
Vrabel makes like $15 million a year. They're like, we're going to get some of that
So
Patriot
they're framing Vrabel, the father of the kid.
That's so bad.
What if?
You know what's funny is like this story. The reason why this story is just it's fascinating. But I walked out to go to the bathroom there, and I got stopped by 3 people that were all listening to this that wanted to talk about this story. I do think, even though everyone knows that athletes are that this is commonplace, I think it's such a surreal thing for people. I think that's why these stories end up with legs like this, because the vast majority of adults are in relationships, right? Whether you're married, you got a girlfriend. Most people after a certain age are not out there like, at the Regal Beagle, free swinging.
Good reference.
Thank you.
Do you know that one, Steven?
I'm guessing
38?
no.
The Regal
No.
Beagle? You don't know that one?
No, I
Wow,
didn't know the Regal.
Damn,
I feel like
we're
if you told me, I might.
getting old.
Yeah, we're
He's
getting old.
almost 40, and
Yeah.
he doesn't know the Regal Beagle.
What is it?
That's the bar from
Three's Company.
Three's Company with Jack.
Yeah,
and
no.
Jack and Larry would
That was a
go
little
down
for
there
me.
and
Little
Go
for
down to the Mr. Roper.
pick up Chrissy and all those Janet. So it's like most of us are in relationships one way or another. And the idea of having this other world, I think to a lot of guys it's they're jealous. I think a lot of guys it's intriguing. Some people it's disgusting. But it's a common thing that everyone thinks about.
Well, it's salacious.
It's salacious, yes. And so this is why I've always said be careful throwing stones. I don't know. I had a taste of this. I was the worst player on an NFL team for like 2.5 years. Like I was nobody, no one whatsoever. But I got to see, and it's the Tiger Woods theory. Be careful throwing stones because you could be like, well, I would never do that. Well, you don't know because you're not Tiger Woods. I've told the story before, and I think they have much better security now, but we had our team hotel in Tampa. We would have a security guard on the floor to make sure that no one got up on the floor. I came up one night after hanging out in the lobby, and there was a young lady who was doing something to the security guard to get on our floor.
Nice.
And she was...
Wait, no.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm just sitting there like, what? And this, at the time, one of the best looking women I've ever seen in my life. She was clearly a professional at one of the many dancing establishments in the Tampa area. And then she just went door to door and was knocking on people's doors. Probably just trying to find a player that she knew.
Let's go.
And I tell that story because, are you kidding me? Look, I'm not defending that, but that wasn't a, well, I'm going to hook up with the star of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was just a 9.5 who was like, I'm determined to hook up with someone from the Buccaneers, and that guy didn't know. Some dude was sitting in his hotel room minding his own business at 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, and that got knocked out. Like, that door got open, and she was like, I know you.
I'm the punter.
In your life!
It's like you just don't. It's an entirely different world. It's like being a rock star. I don't know what it's like to be like Dave Grohl, or can you imagine what it's like being in a boy band or being, the lead singer, like what Adam Levine or any of those people go through on tour? You just don't know. But I think that's what makes these stories so interesting to people, because it's all something we can relate to. Fidelity, relationships, women, men, but it's also something you can't relate to because it's a foreign world. It's a world that 99.9% of us will never go down. And that's the old bit of there's fidelity that is forced upon you, and there's fidelity that you choose. Because there's a big difference saying I'm going to be faithful to my wife because no one wants to sleep with me, versus I'm going to be faithful to my wife and I have 9s and 10s being flung at me every single day of my life, and I'm away from my wife 6 months out of the year.
Well, I can tell you it's hard. But I do it.
You find a way.
Right.
You beat them off with a stick.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
I'm with you, girl. All right, now to the points job.
Yeah.
So Draymond Green, we've decided respect for his game.
Yeah.
Like him as a player.
He's very fortunate, though.
But boy, is he a putz.
Yep.
And he said something last night on Inside the NBA that's made the rounds. And I didn't hear Charles Barkley respond.
He really didn't.
He didn't say a thing.
Nah, he just kind of.
And I think
let it go.
He kind of let it go.
It's just because he was that pissed. I mean, something tells. Look, Charles Barkley, for as fun and as jovial as he is, he was a killer.
Yep.
And those guys, you just don't lose that. And I just watching the clip, I was looking at Chuck the whole time.
Yeah.
At least on the wide shot, and I don't know. I think he was fuming.
Well, I think a lot of players don't know how good Barkley was.
Well, Barkley has done himself the best favor, but also the biggest disservice.
Yes.
And that Barkley has played the funny fat guy, self-deprecating fat guy for so long that has kind of become the perception. Madden was this way. John Madden was one of the youngest coaches to ever win a Super Bowl and was a really, really good coach. But he played the fat dumb guy. No, and that's what he became known for, and that's Chuck, and so and Barkley has allowed himself to no longer be the killer that he was, and Barkley easily could have gone back, because Charles Barkley's years in Houston, which were pointed out, some of his years in Houston, which was at the very tail end of his career, are better than any year that Draymond ever had.
Well,
His worst year, yeah.
Let's tee this up, though. I want to play the clip first, and we'll go through it. But Draymond Green takes a very unnecessary shot at Chuck. I think Chuck. So Chuck, we don't have follow-up audio. You're going to want to hear what Chuck says about this, but apparently he doesn't say anything, which leads me to believe he was just really pissed about it, and maybe
or didn't want to make it awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe talk to him about it off the air.
Sure.
But here is what that sounded like.
Always ends. Sports. Listen, sports are for young people. You hope to have a great long career. But sports, nobody wins when they're 37, 38.
But you said what you said. I want to hear if he believes what you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal is just to not look like you in the Houston Rockets uniform.
Yeah.
Is ultimately the goal for us. Like, we don't want to.
What does that look like?
Did you see it?
I'm just asking.
I saw it. I mean, so, we're always going to try to compete. When you win championships, the goal will always be to try to reach that level. Can we get back to that level? Listen, to your point, Jimmy's going to miss a lot of next year. Moses is going to miss a lot of next year. That's $70 million. $75 million of a $160 million payroll. So it's going to be tough. But make no mistake about it, the goal will always be to compete at a championship standard level. Whether we win a championship or not, I think as you get older, you have to redefine what's success, right? Still the most sellouts in the NBA. Still the most national TV games in the NBA. And you just want to give yourself a chance. Success may not be for us at this point a championship, right? That's the way it goes. And so I think understanding what is success at this point is key for us, knowing and understanding that it may not be realistic to win a championship, but can we continue to build to that so that once we leave this organization, it's still in a great space of where they have that pedigree and they can try to build on that like the Spurs. Out.
Okay, so
he did not push back. In fact, the one that pushed back, because you forget, Kenny Smith was on those teams.
That's true, yeah. And he said, hey, did you see it? He's like, yeah, I saw it.
You could tell Kenny.
Yeah, he was defending him.
He was defending. By the way, their first year, they made it to the conference finals, and Charles Barkley averaged 19, 14, and 5.
Yeah, so what is he talking about?
It's nothing. Was
he just trying to crack a joke?
He was trying to be Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just didn't land.
Right. Shaq cracks on him, says, I won championships, you didn't, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that is the dumbest bit, too. I think he tried to be funny, didn't hit, and then he tried to double down on it, didn't hit. And then he went into what the Warriors are. It's a bad look, man. Here's my problem with Draymond. He acts like he speaks gospel about basketball, and he knows everything about basketball, and he's a history man. Well, you just said Charles Barkley sucked when he was old. He did not suck.
No.
He was awesome. His worst seasons are your best seasons, and I love Draymond. He's a Hall of Famer. But go look at what Charles Barkley did and go look at what you're doing right now at the same age. It's not even close. Draymond, your last game you played was against the Suns. In the play-in game, you lost by like 20+. You played 36 minutes, scored 5 points, and had like 2 rebounds.
And I think one of the things that makes Charles great is that he let it go. Like, I think Barkley is, at this point, is maybe the most secure NBA player I've ever met, or not met, but have been aware of. And this is a bold statement, but it's true. I think the most sensitive human being on the planet is the NBA star. They are the most sensitive human beings. And this goes for Damian Lillard. It goes for Kobe Bryant. It goes for Shaquille O'Neal. It goes for Patrick Ewing. You name it. On down the list. They are some of the most sensitive human beings. And Charles Barkley might be the one guy that isn't. And had that been anyone other than Chuck, that could have turned really nasty and gone back, and Chuck let it go. The only one that stuck up for him was Kenny, and Chuck just sat there and was like, whatever, because I think Chuck is confident in who he is. He's a Hall of Famer. He's 10 times the player that Draymond ever is, but he also knows that Draymond is going to do what Shaq does, and that is simply, look at my rings, you don't have any, F you.
You think he really let that go?
I do.
Yeah,
behind the scenes?
Oh, I don't know about behind the scenes.
Well, that's what
I think Chuck knew that if he just let Draymond keep talking, he looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just mean, I think do you think he was fuming? Because I think as a competitor like Chuck Barkley was, I'm guessing that.
I can't feel good.
I just think Charles is different. I think Barkley has gotten enough of that. I remember once where someone had the nerve on that show, I forget who it was, to bring up like Robert Horry and say he was jealous of Robert Horry. And Barkley was like, are you kidding me?
That's all anyone has to say about Barkley is you had no championship.
He's like, I'm one of the 50 greatest players of all time. I won an MVP. Robert Horry wasn't even a starter. But people throw that. And I just think over the years, because Barkley is the most secure basketball player I've ever seen, I think deep down he like as a competitor, I'm sure that bothers him. I just think he's at a point in his life where he just laughs and is like, dude, I'm 60 whatever years old, dude, F you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it stoked a fire, but he's just a master of letting that go. And I think it just kind of, to me, shows what kind of guy and the character that Charles Barkley has.
So as you said, when he was in Houston, he averaged 15, 16 points a game. he was only 36 when he retired.
Yeah.
So there's way worse. Like, when you think of athletes who hung on way too long.
That's the Patrick Ewings.
And Draymond's 36 this year. I think he just...
Draymond's 36?
Yeah, I think this is his 36-year-old year.
Dude, Sonic's Patrick Ewing was sad.
Hakeem on the Magic? No, the Raptors.
Hakeem on the Raptors.
Yes.
Yeah, Barkley got out before it got bad. So his first years in Houston were really good, and then the last, it wasn't great, but it was never bad.
Emmett Smith on the Cardinals?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
Favre held on way too long.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick Ewing went to Orlando after Seattle. Did you know that?
I thought
he had another year.
I thought Seattle was the last stop Orlando was.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those. I mean, there's so many.
And then you think of Michael Jordan, because Jordan was fat, but Michael Jordan averaged 20 a game when he
put
came
up
back
20 when he was
with the Wizards.
He was fat, and he was a shell of himself, but he could still play.
Dude, that dude, he took 3 years off, got fat, came back, and still averaged 20 in the NBA.
The problem is Draymond is such a unique player and was in such a unique situation where he wasn't asked to score. He wasn't asked to do much. It was, hey, go play defense, go rebound, and go pass to maybe the two best shooters of all time.
Draymond Green,
and he played that role well.
And he played that role elite,
that's what
Hall of Fame level. But as a basketball player, he can't do things that other guys can do.
Well, he's. I don't know.
But hold on. What I respect about Draymond Green is the way he played and the role that he was willing to take. Because you're right, like he doesn't have a career without playing those roles, but at least he understood that. And there's a lot of guys who don't.
Yeah, well,
100%.
He's
100%.
The closest thing I can come up with is like a Dennis Rodman type player. Although Rodman was such a great rebounder, but if Draymond Green or Dennis Rodman played on average teams, they would be nobody. They would be 12-year NBA players, and they may make an all defensive team and grab some rebounds or whatever, but they would be lost to history. They would just be another guy. But because Rodman played with the Pistons and played with the Bulls, that dude's a 5-time NBA champion because of Draymond Green. If Draymond Green had been drafted not by Golden State, but if he had been drafted by Houston, or if he got drafted by Orlando or one of the other just kind of awesome the Blazers, he would have been he would have been a fine NBA player, but he would have gone down as someone. Look, to some extent, he's and this isn't a knock on him because I thought he was a great player, but it's like Jerome Kersey. Jerome Kersey in Portland was a great guy. Jerome Kersey made one All-Star team, maybe. He's that's the sort of figure that he was. But because, like, had Jerome Kersey played with the Bulls or played with the Lakers, had Jerome Kersey been on those teams and he's a 4-time NBA champion, he's a Hall of Famer. But and so that's the difference. Where you end up for players, I mean, for anyone, it makes a difference. But for players like Draymond Green, where you end up and who you're surrounded with, it's the difference between being a good NBA player and being a Hall of Famer. It just is. Whereas Charles Barkley never was in a great situation and still is one of the 50 greatest players of all time. Charles Barkley led an average team to an NBA Finals. Charles Barkley won an MVP. He carried teams.
You know who else held on way too long? Ironically enough, it's the seat that Draymond was sitting in. Shaq. Like, if you're going to crack those jokes about Barkley, crack that joke about Shaq.
Yeah.
In Boston, Shaq was a joke.
Cleveland
Shaq was a joke.
Boston Shaq.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Shaq was he was in Phoenix, he was in Boston, and he was in Cleveland.
See, he was pretty good in Phoenix.
Yeah, he was all right.
But Cleveland and Boston, it was like, dude, what?
It was bad.
And by the way, the athletes that held on way too long, any boxer.
Oh, yeah. Well,
they take the cake.
The saddest one is Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Larry Holmes put the nail in Muhammad Ali's coffin and, may have been responsible for the Parkinson's. And Larry Holmes, I guess, cried after the fight. He was one of his heroes, and Larry Holmes was saying, "I'm sorry for doing that to you." I'll never forget what Terry Norris did to Sugar Ray Leonard. Dude, you hang around in boxing or the UFC too long, and it ends.
It's all of them though, because there's big paydays.
Yes,
when you're that old. All right, we got to run. There is your points gobbler for the day. We got to move on to in the news. Hey, be careful picking up someone from the airport. That's next on the Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, NBA playoffs, round 2 going on right now. Detroit taking on Cleveland. Midway through the first quarter, Detroit up 16-11. Pistons up 1-0 in that series later on tonight in the nightcap. Lakers down at Oklahoma City. Thunder 15.5-point favorites in the game, too. Knicks forward OG Anunoby, he's going to be day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Knicks up 2-0 over the 76ers in the series. OG averaging over 21 points a game in the playoffs this year. The NCAA tournament officially expanding to 76 teams starting in 2027 for both the men and the women. The 8 additional teams added will all be at-large bids. The 12 lowest automatic seeds and the 12 lowest at-large seeds will play in the opening round, which is previously known as the first 4. Indianapolis Colts, they are releasing cornerback Kenny Moore. The second Moore gets his release after he had requested a trade from the Colts, but they could not find a trade partner. And former Beeve pitcher and current Cub pitcher Matthew Boyd underwent successful surgery on his left meniscus. Boyd suffered the injury playing with his children. He should be out about a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
I just got done with my Craig Kimbrell bitch session.
Yeah, that's warranted. He sucks. I don't know why people keep giving him a chance. And now
How
he
is
plays.
he still in the league?
I have no idea.
I feel like the last 6
He sucked
seasons,
for 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Mets
maybe
lost,
5.
Everyone hates him.
Mets lost to the Rockies,
He's
officially
horrible.
a worse record than the Rockies. Thanks. It was 2-2 game going into the 8th, and hey, I got a good idea. Let's bring in Kimbrell.
Is he the Sam Bradford of Major League Baseball?
Yes.
Where people just fall in love with maybe a pitch or two that he has,
at
and they're
one-
like, "Oh my God, this is such a great pitch! I guarantee you we can fix him."
Yeah, at
and
one
you can
point he
never
was
fix
good,
him.
and they just keep giving him more chances.
Still dangles his arm.
Oh, I hate
like
him.
a douche.
I hate him so much.
It is May 7, 2026. It is time now for In the News! Thank you. I'm your noted newsman.
Guys, move on.
We're not going to move on. Neil.
I need to move on.
If that is your real name.
I can't handle the Mets at this point.
Neil.
I'm emotionally I'm not equipped.
It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocatslaw.com. It is National Cosmopolitan Day.
It's the last time you had a Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, I don't. It's not my... That ain't my jam. Me and
No.
Dana White, we don't drink Cosmos.
The only time I have a Cosmo is sometimes the BTJ will order one into the evening and then decide she can't drink it.
Right.
And then she's just like, here.
Nah.
And then I get handed it, and you're like,
Yeah.
fine.
It's also National Day of Prayer.
Throwing up? It's been a while.
What do you mean?
It's been a while since I said a prayer.
Oh.
When was the last time you prayed?
I think you know the answer to that question.
At some point, right?
No.
No. Like when I went to the Vatican, I don't know if it was a prayer, but I kind of had a like, hey, if someone's up there, it's pretty cool. I had one of those. Does that count? I don't know if that's a prayer per se, but
Like if I go to Central Catholic for Coach Vaughn, like they do the little mass, like they on there, and they bless you.
Yeah.
Does that count as? I mean,
you've been blessed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I give the little X, like, hey, you can't. I'm not going to take the little food or whatever, but I'll take a blessing.
The little food.
I guess you know what? I'm full of crap because like I went to like a Hindu temple like in Bali. It was like this cool water temple, and they like do a little prayer over you. I did a little like thanks. I don't know who I'm thanking, but I did that.
Just throw it out there.
Went to some cool cathedrals like in Italy, and I was like, I put my $2 stripper bill in the collection plate, and then was like, hey, a little something for little something for the effort.
That big fat.
Tell you what, they took my $2 bills though. They didn't ask where those came from. All goes to the same place.
Well, there's a man in the ICU after he was thrown from his car during a carjacking at PDX.
Dude, that video is crazy.
A convicted felon is lodged in jail on nearly 20 charges after a carjacking that left another man seriously injured. Prosecutor said Port of Portland police responded to a report of an assault and carjacking on the lower road at Portland International Airport. Of course, that would be the one where you pick up They come out of baggage. And
Yeah.
it's that one.
Yeah, because the upper, that's departures.
Now,
versus
can
arrivals.
I make a confession? I
Yeah.
have a confession.
You always go up top?
I go up top, but I also I double violate the rules because I go into the Uber area.
You son of a bitch.
And then I put my fake Uber sign on my car.
That's Bush. It's Bush League. We
fantastic.
always pick up top. And now I kind of want to.
Yeah, just go to the Uber one. It's the left one.
Yeah, it's the left one.
Yeah, there's nobody over there, ever.
Well, this is way better. All right, well, about to become with you a double scofflaw. Yeah, downstairs the pickup. That's for the birds. It's all about.
Who sits in that line?
No, it's all about
I do.
It's all you
Why?
do. Well,
Rule
he's-
follower.
he's a
Go
rule follower.
upstairs.
Yeah.
No, I see. When I was an Uber driver and I had the Uber sticker on there, I once dropped off my neighbor at the airport, and they were so mad at me. They're like, "You have to take your Uber sticker off." Oh. And so I don't know.
Wait, what? Why?
Because I wasn't. I don't know. Because
Yeah,
that's
you-
not where the Uber people go, and even though I wasn't doing Uber at the time.
You were Ubering under false
So
pretenses.
you went to the wrong place? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
they
saying?
yelled at me.
Steven doesn't like to get yelled at.
Who
They
yelled at
yelled
you? The
airport people.
Oh, they
mean.
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always find it
can't
funny.
be here.
Yeah,
Like,
when
I'm
they
not even Ubering.
whenever they tell you that you can't be there, I just move it like
Oh, I see.
10. I just move it 10 feet down, and then I park again and make you come yell at me again.
And they'll catch you though. They're pretty good about
that's
yelling at
fine.
you. But I see what you're saying. You're saying you were just dropping him. You were not giving him an Uber ride.
No, I was
you
just
were
dropping him
you were
off.
just
Yeah.
there.
And they were
yelled
like,
at me.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
go upstairs."
But because you had the Uber sign, you were Ubering under false pretenses.
was.
You
And-
can't Uber like that.
No,
Tell you
they
what, you
yelled at
should
me.
be in jail.
I should, and so that's why I'm a rule follower at the airport. And I'll go downstairs.
A man told police he was at PDX picking up 2 passengers and loading his Nissan Rogue when another man suddenly jumped into the driver's seat and sped off. 2 witnesses told police the suspect had several face tattoos and was driving recklessly. That's a stunner.
Yeah, the old face tattoo. Although those
The
are
dead give.
those are becoming more commonplace, but it's still one of those. Yeah, chances are you don't have a good 9 to 5.
They said they saw a person in the back of the car fall out and roll several times onto the road. I just thought he was dead, said Helena Wolf, as she watched the driver speed off with her friend, Mark Campbell, hanging from the car.
Yeah,
I remember Mark rolled until he was lying there face down and not moving.
it was like a Dukes of Hazzard sort of scene. You got to tuck and roll, man. Got to tuck and roll.
Police tracked the suspect, later identified as Vidal Pedraza, 52-year-old man, in the car. They were at that Dutch Bros. He had to stop and get a quick shot.
Well, you got it, man. I mean, look, if you're going to be on the lam, you need some caffeine in you. You can't.
And by the way,
can't
that's
be
like
crashing.
right down the street from the airport. Like,
Yeah, it's
what is
right
he
there.
doing?
Well,
Another witness told police Pedraza parked in front of him and tried to open his van door. They later arrested him about a 7-minute drive from the parking lot.
I like how you're questioning whether the guy who's doing this is an idiot or not for stopping at the Dutch Brothers. The answer to that is yes.
Well, I did not question that. I called him an idiot because that's like a block from
Yeah.
PDX.
Remember we talked about the story down in Atlanta where those 2 ladies stole like $15,000 from a Burlington coat factory at TJ Maxx or whatever, and then got caught in a Wendy's drive-thru across the street. You could see them in the drive-thru. When the police showed up, the store employees were like, "Yeah, that's them right there." The police walked across and got them in the drive-thru. Not exactly mastermind criminals here or there.
When interviewed by police, Pedraza said he had been awake for 5 days. He was tired and he wanted help
Yeah.
as he was trying to get straight.
I think that's the meth.
He also said that he asked several people for rides, but no one would give him one. He said he wanted to get home to Los Angeles, which is why he stole the car.
Well, that might be his problem there as he was trying to get a ride to Los Angeles. That's
Yeah. Not a lot of people willing to just up and drive you to L.A.
no, if I did decide to pull over and pick up my man Vidal Sassoon here, and I was like, "Hey, you look like you're all methed out. Would you like a ride?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Where are you going?" He said, "L.A." It's probably the end of that ride. I'm like, "Dude, I'd love to help you, but going the other direction, like going north, not south."
No, I'm driving to Alaska. Sorry.
Think about heading to the border, but it's gonna be tough.
All right, the arts tax. You mentioned this the other day. The arts tax is back.
Well, we need it.
We got a little overhaul on the arts tax.
And I've often thought that we don't have enough taxes, so
Will you pay more or less?
I'm hoping more.
Find out next on The Fan. Hey, we got to... Hope you're having a nice day. This is in the news for May 7, 2026, guys.
Am I bogging you, Ron?
So the arts tax, well, it's called the Arts Education and Access Tax, you must know.
Does anyone know what that does?
Well, it was passed in 2012. It was intended to fund elementary public school arts teachers and non-profit arts organizations.
But wasn't there a study that nothing has changed since they've enacted that? We talked about that. Like they did nothing.
They put education in it, so it makes it sound like it's going to something good.
Yeah. We must have art in elementary schools.
Yeah.
And so we pay $35. It's $35 per person flat income tax.
Sure.
Okay.
But it changed nothing. I do know that they did a study and no new teachers have been, like, nothing has changed in the art world.
I know my kids' art has not changed. It's not great.
But at least they still have art classes. I think that's the idea.
Well, what are they learning?
Art.
Not skills.
Learn to finger paint.
Your art sucks.
We don't teach anyone about, like, I don't know, the stock market or income taxes, but damn it, we'll work a recorder in finger paint.
I don't hate my kids. I love my kids. I hate being a dad. Right.
So currently, the tax applies as a flat $35 fee on individuals living in Portland. Anyone making more than $1,000 in gross taxable income, you have to file that, and they send you an extra bill.
Yeah.
Now, the changes would relieve about 44% of current tax filers of the burden of filing it. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze.
By the way, did you say $1,000?
Yeah, gross.
So if you make more than $1,000,
correct, you have to pay it.
So if you have a lemonade stand, you have to pay $1,000.
Correct.
Jeebus.
Yeah.
Some of the street men are going to have to pay.
I was gonna say, I'm fairly certain that a street man might be on the hook for this, although some of their cash might be off the books. They have to report all the copper wire that you steal? How's that work?
Question.
So the changes would relieve about 44% of current tax filers of the burden. Under the proposal, 56% of current filers would pay an additional $15 annually. That is a 43% increase.
I love it.
You're going to have to pay $48.
So 40-something% of people have to pay nothing, while the rest of us, you're like, we'll just tack on $15 to make up for it. Cool rules, everybody.
City Council President Jamie Dunphy said, "It is shocking how incredibly low some folks are just living out there, and the reality is that the collections on this have never met the expectations of what we would do because we are going after people who make as little as $1,000 a year." So what they're going to do is they're going to raise it for people like you who make buku bucks.
What is that, Jamie, who's talking about that?
Yeah, that's Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, so I'm think it's really cool that you're like, yeah, there's people that make less than $1,000, which I don't really believe. But yeah, what you're going to do is burden someone that makes $32,000 a year by making them pay more. You bitch. Let me just say that for the record.
It is officially filed on the record. Thank you. Thank you.
This is like when they were talking about like tolling the bridges, and they were going to do it like based on your income. Like if you make below a certain amount, you don't have to pay anything. But if you're a middle class person and you make just enough, you know what? We're going to charge you $15 every time you cross the bridge. Yeah, real cool. I love these ideas. As if the mega rich, you got some dude out there making $65,000 a year, and you're like, you're the burden. You need to pay it. You can afford it. $1,000. That's your barrier?
One proposed change would shift the filing requirement from the current system where every individual must file separately to standard single joint or other filings. The proposal would raise the filing threshold to $20,000 in Oregon taxable income for single filers and $40,000 in Oregon taxable income for joint filers.
Jeez, I swear. Sometimes Portlandia is a real thing. I like that. That's what $1,000. That's the barrier of entry.
Well, again, they're raising it.
Yes.
You're paying attention?
I know,
right?
but that was the barrier.
All right, just want to make sure you're following here. You're so angry that maybe you didn't follow.
No, I followed.
Okay.
But at one point, that was the barrier of entry. Jeez. People. Every time, I want to sit in a meeting where this stuff gets discussed, but I'm afraid that it wouldn't go well. Instead of me yelling at people.
So, of course, it's been $35 since 2012. And that is not adjusted for inflation. So the losses on the tax have triggered 44% cuts to arts organizations. So they have to change something, So they'll just charge you more.
Can please someone just explain to me what? Just show me one case where that tax helped anybody. Just you don't need that $50, do you, Rob? Oh.
Here's a CPA who says, you wouldn't believe how many people just blatantly disregard that arts tax. We've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
They've texted in. They're like, I haven't paid that in years. I always just pay it because I'm awesome. I like to contribute to my community.
If you're the one that's like, I refuse to pay that, just know you're my hero.
How about that?
Screw it.
It's only $35. Just pay it. An Oregon doctor is sharing what unfolded on the rat ship.
Be careful there.
What?
I'm just
ship
rat with a T in the first. I'm just careful.
This is the Dutch cruise ship hit with the hantavirus outbreak. 3 people are dead. Others have been sickened. Apparently, this guy is from Bend. His name is Steven Kornfeld. He's an oncologist, and he is among the passengers who has, as of Thursday, remained aboard the ship. He was out there. He boarded in Argentina for what was supposed to be a fun 5-week cruise with a bird-watching group.
A pleasure cruise.
He's a bird watcher.
Well, they're going to that big dump in Argentina. It's a big deal. Imagine going on a cruise.
Well, he's already been there.
I know. Your final destination is a freaking dump in Argentina.
But that's what they want to do. That's the grand finale that I wanted.
Dude, that is crazy.
So apparently he's been the one. Okay, so like the main doctor on the ship got sick.
Yeah.
So this guy, this Oregon Bend hero doctor named Kornfeld,
had to step up.
Had to step in.
No, he's sick?
No.
He's doing all right.
No. Well, they don't know. But he's telling the tale. He says, this has just been a dream trip for me for a long time because it goes to islands that you cannot get to any other way. And to see those islands and to see those birds, you can only do it with this trip.
See those garbage piles. You don't see that garbage anywhere else.
So he said people began to get sick about 5 or 6 days into the trip, but things were very sporadic. Nobody really sensed any connection. We're in very remote places, so we don't have access to sophisticated medical care at all. He said it wasn't until the end of April when the situation really deteriorated. He said things just got kind of snowballed very quickly because in a short period of time, a lot of people got sick, and one of the patients died. He learned that one of the passengers who had been removed from the ship a few weeks earlier had hantavirus. He said then within 48 hours, we found out another patient had died on the ship. It kind of went from a few people not feeling well to reality that this has to be very unusual circumstance with potentially an infectious form of hantavirus that can go from person to person. Thanks, Tips.
Yeah. I like that the internet doctors are already chiming in. We're already getting the ivermectin will solve this, and then ivermectin will kill you. We're not doing lockdowns again. The Joe Rogan scientists are already coming out and telling you all you need to know about what may or may not happen in this new outbreak.
Can you drink bleach?
Well, I think you want to put some light down in there. But, hey, trust the science.
He says, I've never dealt with infection. Well, he says, I'm not an infectious disease person. I've never dealt with hantavirus. But as an oncologist, you're used to people who are ill and people who have issues in many organs of their body. So in a way, doctors are sort of used to taking care of sick people, and a lot of those skills transcend to actual disease process.
Yeah. Tell you what, if I'm a doctor on a cruise ship at a dump, and they're like, hey, is there a doctor on board? You just say no. You go back to your room.
He said he has been on the phone with direct calls from the World Health Organization.
Yeah.
You know what they're offering him?
Free cruise?
Moral support.
Thoughts and prayers? T's and P's?
T's and P's from the WHO.
Wow. Didn't we opt out of the, didn't we check out of that? I think our fearless leader,
probably.
I think we flushed that, so we don't have to listen to them.
As of Thursday, there were 2 epidemiologists from the World Health Organization and 2 Dutch infectious disease specialists on the ship. So he's kind of off the hook.
Well,
he said
good.
Passengers are eating meals in the ship's dining room, but everyone is spaced out and only takes off face masks while eating. He added the ship's captain and crew are working together and have been exemplary. He said he hasn't yet received guidance from U.S. officials about returning home or disembarking the ship. Apparently, it's going to take like 8 weeks to quarantine these sons of bitches.
Yeah, because they're not certain how long the incubation period is and We already got a couple of people that have disembarked on the ship that are starting to feel symptoms, and there are people that are taking this very, very seriously, as well they should, because right now it's got about a 40% kill rate. So yeah, you got to take that serious. If you're on a cruise ship of a couple hundred people and 8 of you are sick and 3 of you are dead, yeah, that'd get my attention.
So a little shout out to Stephen Kornfeld.
Yeah.
Bend Oncology, who is out there helping people.
Well, as someone said, how many more ways can we tell people not to go on cruise ships? Don't know what to tell you. It's just nothing good happens. Nothing.
Well, you can play shuffleboard. That's good.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a valid point. And then you get hantavirus.
You get some cheap food. Hey,
you can't get.
Don't tell people. I mean, if you tell people a good deal sucks, you're in for it, dude.
It's true.
They're on there because it's a good deal, damn it.
Well, the question becomes, so we got the hantavirus thing here. If that ship went back to port, how low would you have to make that cruise before people would sign up for it? Because people would.
Well, you mean no, they would have to offer free,
No, I'm saying right now.
Well, they'll be slashing prices.
If that 7-day cruise is normally, let's say it's $3,000, and that is the cruise ship where this virus is killing people, you brought that thing back to port, and it's normally $3,000. You knock that down to $299, $300.
Oh, it's sold out.
So you're saying it's cleaned.
Well,
everybody's off of it.
Could be
Cleanish.
It's back in port. Oh.
Well, you're just assuming that. Oh, they probably took care of the.
You would think.
$300. You're saying.
People are loading up.
Oh, it's packed. Yeah.
So sold out.
$1,000. It's packed. No question.
Yeah.
No questions.
And when they ask about it being clean, someone's like. People are like, eh.
Yeah, put around in the boat wash.
Yeah, we're all right. Tell you, man, if something's cheap,
you sprayed it down.
Exactly. Some Clorox wipes, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's only 3 people.
Yeah, they give you Clorox wipes when you go into your room.
Yeah,
just make sure you wipe down your room.
Well, listen, I've never really had a problem using the age-old mental gymnastics of it'll probably be fine.
There you go.
Attitude. That's I've gone through life.
It can't be more safe than it would be now.
I'll tell you what, if you lower the price enough, everyone will fall into the. It'll be all right.
It's probably fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
Death.
Well, you get hantavirus and die.
Yeah, well. You see this deal? I'd die if I didn't take this deal. That right? I could never live with myself. People love deals.
Dude, they love deals more than actually being on the cruise.
100%.
They don't care that they're on the cruise. They just care that they got a good deal
Did
on
you
it.
have fun on the cruise? No, but it was a great deal.
Dude, that was my old man. The great Bob Brown that passed away. He didn't give 2S what it was. If it was a deal, it was for him. His whole life was operated based on that principle. Dad, you don't even like that food. Yeah, but this buffet's so cheap. I can't turn it down.
Can't afford not to
Can't
buy it.
afford not to.
That is in the news, May 7, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates, Injury Attorneys, advocateslaw.com. Headlines coming up next here on 105.1 The Fan.
George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NCAA tournament is officially going to expand to 76 teams starting the 2027 season for both the men and the women. The additional 8 teams added will all be at-large bids, and the 12 lowest automatic seeds and the 12 lowest at-large seeds will play in the opening round, which was previously known as the first 4. Isaac Ropp will be explaining this much better in the next segment.
Maybe not.
Knicks forward OG Anunoby is day-to-day with the hamstring strain. Knicks, they're up 2-0 over the 76ers in their series. Right now, Game 2 in Detroit. Pistons taking on the Cavs. Pistons up by 9, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Colts, they've released quarterback Kenny Moore. The second Moore gets released after he requested a trade from the Colts, but they could not find a trade partner. And former Beef pitcher and current Cub pitcher Matthew Boyd underwent successful surgery on his left meniscus. Boyd suffered the injury while playing with his children. Should be out a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Thursday. Beautiful day out there.
Yeah.
We are your sportsmen, not to be confused with streetsmen.
No. 2 totally different things.
My name is Isaac. Hello. Big Six right over there.
Although wasn't Dante West, wasn't he a streetman for a while?
Yeah, very sad story, Dante West.
Yeah.
He's a drug addict. And was on the streets.
Yeah, I think every now and then, like, there's photos of him that pop up, and he's struggling a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if he's real or not, but I saw him and Michael Beasley maybe starting a podcast together.
Really?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Boy, wouldn't
it might have been fake. Might have been AI, but
I'm not gonna lie.
I got ball sacked.
I might tune in for an episode of that. I mean,
who knows what they're going to talk about?
Has anyone ever tried to have a podcast with a streetman?
It's not a terrible idea.
It's really not.
I mean, we do want that. Actually, it's a great idea because we all kind of want to know what's going on. Like, what's that person's story?
I am fascinated.
But we don't have the balls to go up and ask them.
Yeah, so they are.
So we need the podcast.
They're teaming up to launch a new podcast called Shut Up and Dribble. They are promising unfiltered discussions on their careers, mental health, and personal struggles.
There is
because he's dude. If you don't know, Dante West is really bad.
Yeah, it's rough stuff.
Awful.
Yeah, there's a gal that I follow on Twitter called, it's like Tara the Ghost, and she goes around Portland. I don't know what she does for like a full-time job, but she like photographs the homeless, and she like, I don't know, she does more than that. She's like kind of an advocate. She goes around and she just, I don't know, she's like a biographer of the homeless, and the stuff she sees and like reports on, it's so crazy to think about that is happening outside of your front door or a bar that you go to. And it's an entirely different world. And I'm not going to lie, like I'm legitimately fascinated by it. I mean, we kind of joke and stuff, but I mean, it's like whenever I see something and you're like, you can't believe what you're seeing, and then you realize that's someone's life. It is weird to think about, how did that person get there? What are the circumstances? What's their day-to-day life? Like, that world is interesting to me.
I had a coach when I was in high school, and he said when he was in college, he did a report, like a thing where he went homeless for a month, just as like an experiment to see what it was like and how hard it was. And it was fascinating. Like, he would tell us stories and stuff. It was pretty wild. So I'm with you. Like, it is one of those things that you hope to never have to experience, but you want to know all about it.
And she actually takes really beautiful like photographs, but they're of some of the saddest things you'll see. But I don't know. She's one of my favorite Twitter.
Did you say Tara the Bull?
It is Ghost Tara Fall is her name. That's what her tag is on Twitter.
Kind of like Tara the Bull, though.
Yeah, Fall. Ghost Tara Fall. Faul.
Okay.
And
oh wow.
Yeah, and she just like she knows a lot of those people. So she's like, I mean, she's been doing this for years and years and years. And again, I don't know exactly what she does for a full-time job,
Damn,
but
some of these photos.
Yeah, right. Like they're
sad, but also
beautiful, right?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, some of the stuff. She's one of my favorite follows because it's like I don't know. There's beauty in it, but there's also tragedy and. I mean, and some of the stories she tells the people that she's met over the years, and
the pictures paint stories.
Yes, and it is a world that I have no idea like about it, and it's like anything, whether you are interested in the mob or whether you're interested in like organized crime or even like sports, right? People love behind the scenes stuff because it's different than your world, and this is about as different from my world as I can ever get. But how many of those people would say when they were young or whatever, I'll never end up there? Dante West, right? Dante West might be the greatest example of how the hell do you end up there, and yet here he is.
Yeah, so somebody said he looks a lot better now and is off drugs. And looking at the early returns on the Google photos of him, he does look a lot better.
Good.
Like it looks like maybe he's
kind of got it.
Well, he was going through ups and downs. I remember Cuban found him and paid for some rehab, and then he was doing good, and then he fell back down and started doing drugs again. He played in the Big Three for a little bit. Like it's just
I tell you what,
it's a constant battle with him.
You know, a lot of times anybody saying they're starting a podcast is a bit of an eye roll.
Sure.
If he's honest about his experiences,
Beasley too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Beasley.
Yeah, he's got his own.
He's
issues.
got a lot of
Like that's an interesting podcast.
Like Beasley's come out and said numerous times he feels like he's blackballed from the NBA.
Well, he probably was.
Yeah, because people just made up stuff about him.
Yeah. Well, that and he's.
Well, he was kind of his own worst enemy. Wasn't he?
Kind of a crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
It was the Delonte West segment.
Now to headlines.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Wow. This is about us. Look at us. Who'd have thought? Not me.
No.
Well, here's the best way I can explain the NCAA tournament expanding, okay? I thought about this today.
Because it has officially expanded. It has been ratified.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, it's...
it's expanding to 76 teams.
Yes.
And the chairperson says that, like, the thing that he touted is that 50% of the 15 and 16 seeds will now win tournament games. That is guaranteed.
Oh,
because they play each other.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, no, it's true.
No,
he's right about that.
Yeah,
but that's his tout.
Dude, that is so cheesy and moving the goalposts. Like,
that's his flex.
It's like saying you know, if you're like a terrible basketball player, like you're like, well, you can play your kid. Therefore, well, you're gonna win the game. Like, come on.
Well, I think maybe he's saying, look, the 15 and 16 seeds, they never win. So at least this way, some of them will.
But it's a cheesy way to say that they're going to win. Yeah, they're going to win because they're.
I mean,
I don't know.
These are technically
because he was like the last 2 years, 15 and 16 seeds haven't won a game.
Well,
where now they're going to win 50% of their games.
That's such a BS argument.
So here's the best way to say it.
If that's the best thing you've got, you're.
And that was the Sun Belt athletic director. He's in charge of the committee.
Yeah. Okay. After I tell you what this is like, I want you to play marketing manager for the NCAA tournament expanding, and you tell me how you'd sell this.
I already know how I would sell it. Money now, money more, money please, money, 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 give me. That's all you need to say. Just have some. Again, all I ever want is some intellectual honesty and someone to just be like, money.
Hey, it's about academics, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Student athletes.
If you want to know how this is going to work, here's how it's going to work. When you get your bracket.
Yeah.
To fill out for your pool.
It's like a D&D spreadsheet now. You got to fold it like a map.
It will look the exact same. Okay? What will be different is that in all 4 regions, 2 16 seeds will play for the right to be the actual 16 seed and meet the number 1 seeds.
And more importantly, it means the 16 team's going to win.
In all 4 regions, 2 12 seeds will play for the right to be the actual 12 seeds and meet the 5 seeds. In 2 of the regions, 2 11 seeds will play for the right to be the actual 11 seeds and meet the 6 seeds. Mm-hmm. And in 2 of the regions, 2 15 seeds will play for the right to be the actual 15 seeds and meet the 2 seeds.
So once again, what we're doing is you're in the tournament, but you're not in the tournament. You have to go through an entire season and then win the right to try to win the right to be in the tournament.
It's basically they said that the 12 seeds and the 11 seeds, they're basically the last 12 at-large teams.
Yes.
So it's basically a play-in tournament for the teams on the bubble. That's pretty much what it is.
Exactly. So you're a bubble team and you feel really good that you got selected, but what we've decided to do now is screw you over and make you play one more game.
Would you like to hear the 8 teams that would be added from this last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oklahoma,
Okay.
Auburn, they were 17 and 16.
Oh, yeah.
San Diego State, Indiana, Oklahoma State, they were 6 and 12 in the Big 12.
Wow.
Virginia Tech, California, and Arizona State.
So, again.
God, Arizona State?
Arizona State. So
Yes.
their coach who got his ass fired.
They were cheeks.
They were so bad. But hey.
They beat Kansas, though.
Yeah, I do remember that. So that's what we have to look forward to. Is
Oklahoma, they lost 9 straight games in a row during the season. They would have been in the tournament. Auburn lost 16 games, and Indiana lost 6 of their last 7 to close the year. They all would have been in the NCAA tournament last year.
You want to talk about devaluing your regular season a la the expansion of the college football tournament? That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that you have a team that loses 9 in a row and a team like Arizona State that's like, well, you're in.
They beat Kansas, though. So, you know.
Hey, the alternative is, if you're Arizona State, you wouldn't normally have gotten to play because you suck. You're too cheeksy.
Well, you shouldn't get to play. Like,
yeah, you're cheeks.
Well,
you don't deserve to play.
But now they get a chance.
Yeah, everyone gets a trophy.
Money, baby.
Yeah, I guess. You get a chance to go prove that you don't belong again. And that doesn't, by the way, if you win another game against another team that's ass, it doesn't mean that you belong. It just means that, again,
it means you belong more than that team.
It just means that you're now the king of the dip S's. And
Bottom
so you're
line,
like,
they're ass.
Exactly, that's all it is. Bottom line is their ass. And now we're just giving everyone
Everybody
an opportunity to prove that you're slightly less ass than the assiest team over there.
Great sales job, by the way.
Yeah, great. You're supposed to be the marketing guy.
I'm going back to my money now, money more, money, please. Give money. That's all this is.
I have more expansion news.
I can't wait.
The 2026 Players Era Tournament is increasing to 24 teams.
Is this the NIL tournament?
Yes.
Hello.
Now, this is in November.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so preseason tournament.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
They are going to have 2 separate brackets with millions of dollars in NIL prize money.
Yeah. So again, I feel like my selling job is actually pretty accurate when I said money now, money please, money.
So this is in Vegas. They initially had goals of expanding to 32 teams, but they have settled on a 24-team mega event featuring separate 8-team and 16-team tournaments.
So this is like so the winners won't play each other. We'll just have multiple winners, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Everyone just gets money. That's
Everyone gets money.
everyone gets
Among
money.
the teams participating, Michigan, Florida, Gonzaga, Iowa State, Houston, Louisville, Tennessee, St. John's, Alabama, Miami, and Kansas.
Okay. So again, it's just
Very good teams.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Big 12 will have 8 of the 24 teams, thanks to a bold joint business venture that Players Era and Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark agreed to in 2025.
so bold.
So 8. So basically, this is just another reason that the Big 12 doesn't have the money that the Big 10 and the Big 10 and the SEC have, right? They distribute like 30 something million, and the Big 10 and the SEC are cranking out like 60, 70, 80 million bucks. So they took private equity money, so each team can dip into like 30 million, and now you're doing this where each of those 8 teams are probably going to get, I don't know what, $1 million, $500,000. So they're just finding more ways to try to get the schools money so that they can then pay $7 million for that Stokes kid, which you hate, so that he can go to Kansas and stand in front of his vertical blinds.
Well, with that being said,
With 20s.
With 20s.
$20 bills.
Well, 20s looks better because there's more of them.
No, it doesn't look better. Because you need the same number, but in hundreds.
No,
Right, but if in that picture, I'm guesstimating $2,000
yes.
he had.
See, that's the beauty of it. You don't
Right.
If you don't zoom in, all you see is like an entire a forearm length of cash. If it was hundreds, it'd only be like.
It'd be a forearm?
It'd be like a yeah. So with the 20s, you're allowed to spread the cash out more.
Well, no, you have to use C notes because you're a ball. You're showing that you're a baller.
But if you don't have that cash,
so
you
go
can't
get
do
the
it.
cash.
It ain't balling like that yet, man.
Then don't take the photo in front of the vertical blinds.
But I need Instagram followers.
Yes.
I hate him. I hate him.
Trust me, man. Once you see those vertical blinds, you know he's got the cash.
He's been on the team for like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even on the team. How about this? Make the team.
Well, I think he already
self-cuts him.
That'd be great. Okay, so that's enough of that. The Players Era Tournament has expanded.
Just more tournaments coming.
It's a mini Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, it is.
It's a preseason Big 12
kinda.
tournament.
Yeah.
So
but with money.
The 8-team bracket will have 3 Big 12 teams in it, and they will play the week before Thanksgiving, and then the 16-team bracket will play the week of Thanksgiving.
I'm being dead serious. Why hasn't football done this yet? Where, so when Texas plays Ohio State at the beginning of the year, why not play that and then get a sponsor, and then the winner gets $1 million to split amongst their players? I mean, that's all this is. I honestly can't believe that football hasn't come up with this idea yet. You want more people to play big time games? You want the SEC to crawl out of their little world and come play like out in Vegas or play in SoFi? Do that. You tell me that if you got Alabama and you got Oregon or whoever, USC, and said, hey, we're going to meet in Vegas. We're going to sponsor this bitch. Winner gets $2 million, loser gets $750. You get to split it amongst your players. You might, all of a sudden, you might get some people being like, well, maybe we should be scheduling more of these site games, because there is money to be made. I mean, that's the reason why they play them. So I just can't believe that in this era where people need money, and football is more expensive than basketball. I saw Dan Hurley came out today and said the floor to have a national title team in basketball is now $14 million. I can assure you, you're not winning a national title in college football for $14 million. So football needs money. And you've got these neutral site games, and there's money to be generated. If the stupid Big 12, whatever this players tournament, generates a couple million.
Players Era.
You're
not doing a very good job of selling it.
What are these? I've moved on. What are these football games? Like I bet you could get I mean, I don't know if you're getting tens of millions, but I bet you can get 10. I bet you get 10 out of one of these.
I just wonder, with more players, maybe the sponsors don't want. I don't know. There's just a lot of football players, and there's only 12 kids on a basketball roster.
That's what I said. Yeah, but you put up $2.5 million prize money, you're splitting that. Now, granted, you're having to split it. I don't know if you split it equally, but $2.5 million, you can split that 80 ways.
And yes, I am sending a representative from my friends at Window Nation over to Teron Stokes' house to address his ridiculous window situation.
There's no one that needs a double hung worse than that kid.
Come on, kid. All right. Other headlines. Aaron Rodgers is expected to sign with the Steelers.
The national nightmare is over.
Well, it's not yet, but it will be.
It's a nightmare for Steeler fans.
Yeah.
The stupid Yankees have won again. They have won 18 of 21, and they appear to be the only good team in the American League. And then the Cubs won again today. They have won 8 straight, and they lead the NL Central.
The Cubs win, and in case you were wondering, the Mets lost to the Rockies again.
Yeah, the Mets suck balls still, so that's great. Although the Royals have picked it up. I actually have a Royals story. Do you want it next?
You have positive Royals news?
Well, it's pretty controversial.
Okay.
Actually. And
do you know the Royals are only 2.5 back?
Yeah.
In the Central?
Hello. I'm a Royals fan, idiot. Of course I know that. The Hawaiian restaurant that offered up free meals when the Royals scored 6 runs or more at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that deal's over.
Oh. The red hot offense starts scoring too much?
They're basically the 27 Yankees.
It can't be stopped.
We'll get to that next on The Fan.
from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, NBA playoffs round 2 right now. Detroit Pistons taking on the Cavs. Pistons up 11 at the half. Detroit up 1-0 in that series. Later on, OKC hosting the Lakers. Thunder 15.5-point favorites. Knicks forward OG Anunoby, he's day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Knicks are up 2-0 in their series over the 76ers. We got game 3 between the Hurricanes and the Flyers right now, 0-0 in the first period. NCAA tournament officially going to expand to 76 teams starting in 2027 for both the men and the women. The additional 8 teams added will all be at-large teams. The 12 lowest automatic seeds and the 12 lowest at-large seeds will all be in play in the opening round, which was previously known as the first 4. Indianapolis Colts have released cornerback Kenny Moore. The second Moore gets his release after requesting a trade from the franchise, and they could not come up with a trade partner. Former Beeve pitcher and current Cub pitcher Matthew Boyd, he underwent successful surgery on his left meniscus. Boyd suffered the injury while playing with his children. He should be out about a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right, you tell me if this is good business or bad business.
Let's do it.
By the way, this segment still does not have a name.
No.
We're still holding out for good names for this one and the next one, so we're in the market.
There's room.
There's room, but we're being patient, as any good show would.
Could be judicious with this.
So there's a restaurant called Hawaiian Bros in Kansas City, and they, like me and to some extent you, early in the season were laughing at the ineptitude of the Kansas City Royals offense.
Yes.
So much so that they did a promotion and they called it Plates for Plates. And they offered people of Kansas City a free meal if the Royals scored 6 or more runs at home.
And that wasn't going to happen.
Exactly. They were, like you and I, they were laughing at the ineptitude of the Royals offense. They were like, watch this. This is going to be the greatest thing we've ever done. We're never going to have to pay this out.
That's like that half-court shot. They only pick elderly people and, dementia patients. And they're like, but if you hit this half-court shot, you win a truck.
And they didn't even have to win the game.
No,
they just had to score 6 runs. So all of a sudden, beginning last week on Tuesday, the Royals scored 6 runs or more in 6 straight baseball games at home.
Whoops.
Ending this past Monday.
Yes.
Now, they didn't today and they didn't yesterday. But the 6 in a row prompted Hawaiian Brothers to change the promotion.
It happens from time to time.
So apparently they were lined up around the corner.
Well, yeah, it's a free meal.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you tell me, if that happened in Portland and they said, hey, if the Blazers scored like 130 points, you get a free meal at like 808. Yeah, dude, I probably wouldn't go because the line would be so deep. But if you're willing to wait a little bit, yeah, man, you got a free Hawaiian plate.
So they have now announced that they are adjusting Plates for Plates.
I see. From
a free meal to buy one, get one free.
There you go, discount.
Yeah. And they wrote on their
the old BOGO
social media, they said, well, this got a little out of hand. You packed our restaurants, lit up social media, and turned this into something way bigger than a promotion. And honestly, we've loved every second of it. But beginning immediately, members will get a free classic plate lunch with the purchase of a plate lunch of the day after the Royals score 6 or more runs at home.
Yeah, I feel for him because that's, no one could see that coming.
I kind of don't feel for them.
Screw them.
Well,
it's a small business. I mean,
well, I know, but
it's a lot of free food.
But you need to do, you're the one that offered it. Do your homework, you idiots.
Well, they did do their homework, and their homework was there's no chance the Royals are scoring 6 runs.
Guess what? They were wrong. So how about offer some protections for yourself?
Well,
if you're going to run a promotion, stick to it.
Now, to be fair, they did. They held up their end of the deal. They paid it off, and then
like a week.
Well, How much free food do you think they gave away? Because here's the thing, those people that were going in there were getting nothing else. It's one thing if people were going in there with a family or whatever, but if you go in there and you ordered only that free lunch plate, I mean, small businesses can't. They're losing thousands of dollars a day.
Yeah, I think they need to do better math on what they could afford worst case scenario. I think if you're doing a promotion like that, you have to look at, like, what is worst case scenario? What could we do?
Yeah. Well, Mattress Mac, I mean, he does that with the free furniture thing, right?
And they didn't do that.
No.
So I say, screw you, Hawaiian
I'm guessing
Grill.
a small Hawaiian place probably didn't think too much about it. It was just like,
and therein lies the problem. So I ask you again, is that good business or bad business?
I'm guessing bad. Well, certainly they got a lot of attention, but I'm not certain how many people are going to go back there now. So I think they just gave away a lot of free food.
Or if it was really good, maybe they gained a lot of customers.
Yeah, maybe gained a lot of customers.
They were like, wow, that was really good. Let's go actually pay for one.
Yeah, it's possible.
Or do you just get people who are just looking for a free meal and they won't pay for your stuff?
See, and this goes back to, like, the people that are willing to go, how do I say it? Like, I think there's a certain archetype that if you say that it's free, they will go no matter what. Like, if I told you, let's take it in Portland, right? The three of us. If a Hawaiian restaurant that you've never been to, you've never heard of, but it is in, let's say it's out by the airport, because that's inconvenient for the both of you, right? It's out by the airport, and you say, hey, if the Blazers score 130 points, you can come in and you get one free lunch. What are the chances either one of you are driving to go get that free plate?
Only if I'm out there for some other reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I happen to think about it and I'm right there and I'm hungry and there's no line.
Yes.
Right, but I am not going out of my way, driving 25 minutes to go get it.
So, and that's my point, is I think the people that flood to these sorts of things, it's the same people back in the day when the prize pigs.
Prize pigs, yeah.
We'll go out on location. Back in the day, we used to go out on location. We'd have hats, T-shirts, or whatever, and we would have people that would just show up and they didn't listen to the station. No, they just would follow around radio stations because they wanted free crap. And I think those people would. I don't think you're getting new business. I literally think you're just getting people that are going there simply because it's free.
Bad promotion.
Yeah.
Do better. Yeah. And by the way, the prize pigs, we used to have these two ladies. They were Asian ladies, and they were not fans of the fan, but they pretended to be, kind of. Yep. And they had like storage units full of free stuff.
Yeah.
That
was their whole thing.
That they got from radio station promotions.
Yeah. I think there's a certain type of person that will go anywhere if there is a free whatever waiting at the end of it. And once that free is gone, they will never go back there.
It goes back to everyone just wants a deal.
Yes. And so I think you may have gotten a few new customers out of that, but I'm guessing most of those people will never step foot in that place again because they just did it because it's free.
Well, great.
It's what you get for betting against the juggernaut that is the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like the hometown. Well, yeah, I mean, you are kind of mocking the hometown team.
Exactly. You ain't scoring 6 runs. Ha! Free meals for everybody if you do. 6 in a row. Fantastic. Now the Mets, some New York City restaurant should do this with the Mets.
Well, at one point you were mocking me because I would lament the Mets offense. You're like, well, try the Royals offense.
Yeah. Oh, we've gotten it together.
Yeah. The Royals have put up a whopping 157 runs. The New York Mets, 134. So you no longer get to complain about your offense ever.
I can't complain about them. They've lost 2 in a row to Cleveland now, but they had won maybe 8 of 10.
In fact, I think the only offense worse than the Mets is the Giants.
Yeah, they suck.
The Giants have 115.
Why can't they hit? They can never hit.
No.
I think it's the ballpark.
Yeah, the Mets and the Mets and the Giants are tied for the worst record in baseball. So much for having money meaning anything in baseball.
All right, our next segment, our final segment of the day, will be titled Crutin' with Putin on the Fan. Yeah, now. Yeah, now. Boy. Yeah, now. Boy. Crutin with Putin.
What's that crazy bastard up to?
Well, I hear a lot of people are saying he's losing his power as a strongman.
Well, that war has been going on for a while, but we've moved on to other wars. We don't talk about that one much anymore. Although occasionally I'll be riding over the bridge there, and the Ukrainian flags come out. Every now and then that still happens. Like on a weekend, you get the Ukrainian flags out there, which I'm not sure what that does, but it's there.
Support.
Thoughts and
support.
T's and P's, man.
T's
and P's.
So, couple things. Guess who's being called the transfer portal king?
College college,
yeah.
Basketball or football?
No, football.
Football. The transfer portal king. Is that like a Lane Kiffin thing?
No.
I don't know who's the king of the transfer portal. Is Dan Lanning the king of the portal?
We don't need any extra motivation to come in and want to whoop your ass.
There you go.
Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
He's starting to get that accolade.
He's the portal king, huh?
Well, he is the college football coach that has had the most transfers drafted to the NFL. Since 2023.
Okay.
So of the 31 draft picks that he has put in the or the 31 players that he has put in the NFL,
I'm guessing most of them are portal guys.
17 are portal guys and only 14 are high school recruits.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that is why Dan Lanning is being called the transfer portal king.
If you see any good players, tell them to come here.
Well, so this coming year, Evan Stewart will be a draft pick. He's a portal guy. Quarterback will be a portal guy. Your tight end, he's a portal guy.
We spend to win.
Bear Alexander, portal guy. The secondary guy from Minnesota, is it Kai or Coy? He'll go. Yeah. So, but there's
some sleep when you die.
There's some homegrown guys in there too. Both your backs. Who else you got? Decorian Moore. So he's doing a nice job of mixing them in.
Yeah, and he's got the culture set. So I mean, he's pretty clear. He's just got a great eye for talent.
They have done a really nice job of. They hit in the portal more than not. I mean,
way more.
The portal is kind of hit and miss, but and look, I'm not saying every one of their portal guys has been like a smashing success, but I said more often than not, when they get a guy in the portal, that guy has been a contributor or like a big time player. They have done a really nice job there.
Because other schools, like you mentioned Kiffin, and I'm sure LSU will get this label now that he's there. But when he was at Ole Miss, they were transfer U.
Yeah.
There are other schools that have just been known as really as they get the transfers. Oregon really isn't known as that, but Lanning may be doing that better than any of them.
Yeah. I mean, this year will be the first year their O-line really isn't portal heavy. They've done a really nice job of filling the holes on their O-line and portal kids. This is more homegrown. I think they may have one guy coming in. But yeah, I mean, like Penn State, I know, is a team that tried to hit the portal this last year or two, and a lot of their guys that they brought in didn't really hit. They brought in one of the best receivers in America. That Pena kid from Syracuse did nothing. So they've kind of struggled with it. Like, it really is that you see this a lot when you hear the portal. It's like, well, he came from this school. Yeah, but did he play there? Right? Or, if you're going down a level like that, we may not think of a kid that comes from Nevada versus a kid that comes from LSU, but if the kid in Nevada is better and fits in your system, well, there's you go get the kid from Nevada. So I think sometimes we get hung up on where the kid comes from, and he's just done a really nice job of whether it's fit, development, whatever, of making sure that the guys that come in are productive.
Well, I'd like to know what that is.
I don't know what that is,
because
like Benson, when he came in last year, he was basically an afterthought and was a scrub player, and he ended up being a huge deal for them, and then got himself drafted.
Yeah, he sees something that. Well, it's not that other coaches don't see him. He
has a good eye.
Well, but he also has deep pockets. Like, I mean, he can win bidding wars on kids. Like, in other words, it's not like he's the only coach that finds these guys.
No.
They're like that Jordan Seaton kid. Did you see his number?
Well, he's the most sought after offensive lineman ever in the portal.
Well, right. So we're
they
gonna
wanted
say
him too.
So we're gonna say LSU got him.
Yes.
So Lanning So LSU, Lane Kiffin came in and beat out Dan Lanning for Jordan Seaton.
Yes.
And apparently the cost is like $4 million or more.
$4 million, and then it said that he wanted some things like a car, he wanted an apartment,
vertical blinds
on top of
$20 bills.
So I guess that's what's happening now is they want say, hey, it's $4 million in cash, and then you also need to come up with the accoutrements.
So he's the highest paid offensive lineman in college football history.
Yes.
Dan Lanning lost out on him. And so let's not just give Lane Kiffin's so amazing. Well, he just offered him more. He paid him more money.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's some of this that's a little disingenuous that Lanning is the transfer portal king because he's got big budget.
Yes.
But he's also really smart with it. And I think that's what he would tell you if he was sitting here is, listen, we really break it down. We look for the certain type of kid. And it is kind of all over the map as to starters from other schools, backup players from other schools, stars from lesser schools. He's gotten all of them.
Yeah.
And they all seem to work out.
Yeah, the only guy that hasn't worked out really was Hughes.
Yeah,
it's really the only guy.
The running back out of Tulane. That's really the only big name guy that kind of was
that was kind of a whiff because he was supposedly like one of their best transfers.
He ran for like 1,500 yards at Tulane.
Yeah, people were saying he was a top 2 or 3 back in the portal, and he never sniffed the field at Oregon, and they just. But the kids that were there were freshmen. Those were homegrown kids
They're all better.
That ended up beating him out. So, It's not one thing. It's a little bit of A, a little bit of B, right? Obviously, you have a good eye for talent. You have deep pockets, and you have a cool school that people want to come to. Oregon may not be a blue blood, but for these kids that are 20 years old, they've grown up their entire life with Oregon being a marquee school. I mean, the amount of kids that say that Oregon is their dream school, you're like, oh my God. But they grew up in that Chip Kelly era, and Oregon was the cool place. It's Nike U, it's sexy. You got a cool coach that's really put a staff together full of great recruiters. You have unbelievable opportunities on and off the field, and they can pay you a bunch of dough. And arguably, you have the best facilities in the country. Have you seen their new indoor practice facility? When that thing is,
I haven't seen the. How far along are they? Are they?
They're getting close.
Almost done. Yeah, I haven't seen it lately.
I mean, it's going to be the best of its kind. So,
what's the coolest thing about it?
Well, I mean, they say that like the shape of it, like it's in the shape of the O. And they just say like everything in it is first class. They said it will be the nicest practice facility in the country. And like everything they do is top notch. Their seats in their is it the Jakar Center? Their football center. Their seats are made by Ferrari. Like every detail they have is high class.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here.
Yeah.
I don't see. I want deets. I want I want more deets from you on this.
I'll see
I need more reporting from you.
I can see what
are they putting in that thing?
I will try to get you the deets, but like the roof and everything. I mean, it's the structure's there. You can see it. It's just that
I'm looking at it. Obviously, it's nice. I mean, everything they do is nice. I just want what's like the, like the inside detail.
Okay, I'll see what we can do. But they are they have figured out they figured out what kids want. And yes, money is a huge part of that, and they are not going to get outspent for the most part. But if it was as simple as just handing someone money, lots of people can hand people money.
Texas A&M,
right? And that they
Texas Tech.
And it hasn't quite done the same thing. It's a multi-level approach. And I do know that one of Dan Lanning's requirements to be a coach there is you have to be a recruiter. He is not you don't get to be an X's and O's savant and not be able to recruit. Like, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to bring those kids in. And the portal still, I mean, say what you will about money, you still have to recruit the kid. If you're offering someone 1.5 and someone else is offering 1.5, why does he choose you over them? If it's because you're in the ballpark for the money. So then again, it comes down to, what can you do for me on the field? What can you do for me off the field? What can you do for me from a coaching standpoint? What can you do from a facility standpoint? Those things still matter. There's still traditional recruiting that goes on. There's just, you have to be willing to meet the other guy's price.
Now to Corvallis, where Andrew Nemec has been reporting on Oregon State.
Yeah, they're trying to step up too.
And he wrote a Substack. He has a Substack that I am a subscriber to because you know me. I love my Cruton with Putin news.
And you love the stacks.
I love the stacks. Substack, man.
Mm-hmm.
And although I don't like the notifications, I will say that.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. It's like I don't need to be notified every time someone puts something on Substack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He wants those deeds.
So I switched up my noties. That being said, a la Stokes,
Yeah.
I subscribe to Andrew Nemec's West Coast Bias.
Yes.
And he wrote on there, Oregon State's recruiting effort has gone from a joke to unbelievable. He was talking to high school coaches, some of whom remained anonymous, some of whom went on the record. And it's amazing what they were saying about Oregon State under Trent Bray.
Yeah.
I mean,
bad.
One called it literally called it a joke.
Yes.
It was a joke.
Yes.
It's the energy level. There was nothing. And he said, now, one of the coaches said, now, dude, I can't get these guys to stop calling.
Yeah. They've completely turned it around. And now there's new what they say, it's like a gift match coming in. So there's going to be like $48 new million they're going to go to student athletes as part of like the NIL like revenue share thing that Oregon is doing. A donor stepped up and did that. So Oregon State's got a little juice behind them right now. And by the way, that's the first good news you've heard out of Oregon State in a while. But it does go show you that if you hire the right guy and you get some juice going and you can find some donors that to get some money flowing there, there's no reason that Oregon State can't be a major player in the new Pac-12. And know that if you're a major player in that Pac-12 and you win the conference, you can get access to the college football playoff, especially the new expanded playoff.
Beavers, how about that?
And that is Cruton with Putin.
Yes.
Here on the Fan.
By the way, the new practice facility.
Yeah, what do they got?
So it's 170,000 square feet.
Jeez.
130,000 square foot indoor field, 40,000 square foot connector to the outdoor fields.
Okay.
It has environmental controls. You can make it as hot and cool as you want. It also can handle wildfires.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking
So if there's ever smoke, they've thought about it like if there's smoky wildfires, it will not affect that building.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's also...
Wait. So if the whole state of Oregon burns in a wildfire,
you can still
you're telling me the Ducks are still practicing?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
We got a big game going on that weekend.
God, that's great.
Gotta win.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly say what they are, but there's all new player lounges, all new weight rooms, all new locker rooms that they said are going to be the best in the country. So it's basically going to be a one-stop shop. I mean, this is where the players will live.
Well, you remember when I think they were the ones that did it. Weren't they the first ones to put like Nintendo or like Xboxes in every locker or something?
Yeah, they've been ahead of the curve at
Am I wrong about that?
I don't know if they had them in every locker, but they were some of the first people to figure out that kids like amenities.
Amenities, yeah. They put in a barbershop, I think, too.
Yeah, it's barbershop. There's it's the little details. If you've ever gone down and see their facilities, and look, I haven't toured all the facilities in the country, but
I have.
When you
Every god dang one of them.
When you go into Oregon's, the little details really they stand out. There's nothing that isn't impressive. And you think about like when you're building something that big, who the hell thinks of every little weird detail? Right. Like when you go into their cafeteria, all the opponents they have like a neon helmet, and it's like of all the different teams, and it's like you're eating to beat them. Like little things like that. There's just these weird little. I said the Ferrari leather seats. Why do you need Ferrari seats in your complex? You don't. But I'll bet you when an 18-year-old kid rolls in there and there's a Ferrari leather seat with a custom Ferrari duck logo, he's like, well, that's pretty cool.
Put it in!
It's basically the equivalent of doing the cash stack.
Thanks a lot, Phil.
Yeah.
Nah.
Do they have vertical blinds, though? Because Terrell Stokes does.
I certainly would hope so.
That's all Kansas can afford.
Well, like even like the throne room, like with
throne room.
When they do all the photographs in there.
What's this school? Was it? It might have been Texas Tech. Maybe it was A&M. And it might have been neither. I can't remember now. But they have the room where the players go in and it will snow. Like he puts them in in frigid temperatures.
Yeah, for the photo shoots.
For the photo shoots?
Yeah. Like everyone now, like if you need like
what am I thinking?
You have to do bits. There's ones where like they've like
Yeah, remember the Brian Kelly at LSU
like
with the
spinning
camera spinning around
platforms
and
and
he
there's
looks
like
an idiot.
laser light shows. Oregon has a wall of like custom Jordans, like with every it's a one off that like you can only get by coming to Oregon. Like kids love that crap. There's a rooftop players lounge, by the way, that overlooks Autzen Stadium.
It's actually pretty neat.
So that you now have a rooftop lounge.
Yeah, it was TCU.
TCU had it,
and we talked about it. It's a snow lounge, snow room. So he puts them in there so that they can. He being Sonny Dykes, he said he puts them in there so that they can acclimate to snow.
Here he is
when they play in the
having
snow.
the time of his life.
Well, apparently this place here, you can control the climate to whatever you want. So maybe at Oregon you can do that. You can bring that thing down to freezing temperatures. But some of the photos out of there, if you look up the new complex, they're really nice. Again, I don't know if they're the best in the country, but I don't think people... I doubt anyone goes somewhere else and says that those are significantly better than Oregon's.
So TCU's is a 7-degree Fahrenheit room featuring daily fresh purple lit snowfall to help athletes with recovery.
Come on! 7 degrees?
So it's like a cold plunge type
Yeah,
thing?
well, it wouldn't be a cold plunge. It would be like cryo freeze.
Yeah, there you go.
So you just go in there. We used to just have to go sit in cold water. Now you have purple snow.
Yeah, they're just saying it's an alternative to traditional cold plunge pools.
Yeah. And more importantly, it's something that kids will think is cool. You got to stand out.
Yeah, that's right. A little novelty.
Hey,
yet useful.
But don't let the schools, tell you that they're hurting. They need money. They can have snow rooms at 7 degrees, and you're building rooftop lounges for your players. But hey, we need your money. Can you grab yours? Is it long enough to really?
Some places, not all places. Jason.
Yes.
I have the love story of the decade.
I love love stories.
Okay.
I'm an old romantic at heart.
It's coming up next on The Fan.
from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NCAA tournament officially going to expand to 76 teams starting in 2027 for both the men and the women's brackets. The 8 additional teams that'll be added will be all at-large teams. 12 lowest automatic seeds and the 12 lowest at-large seeds will all be in play on Tuesday and Wednesday in the opening round, which is previously known as the First Four. In the NBA, Knicks forward OG Anunoby, he has day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Knicks up 2-0 in their series over the 76ers. Right now, the other Eastern Conference series, Game 2 in Detroit, Pistons taking on the Cavs. Start of the fourth quarter, about 10 minutes left. Cavs take the lead up by 2. Pistons up 1-0 in that series. Indianapolis Colts, they released cornerback Kenny Moore II today. Moore gets his release after he requested a trade from the Colts, but they could not find a trade partner. And former Beeve and current Cub pitcher Matthew Boyd, he underwent successful surgery on his left meniscus today. Boyd suffered the injury playing with his children, should be out about a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Like the blacks, they're trying to give them back.
What? I lost it there. 5 for a black.
We apologize.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
Ahoy, how about that?
Great job by you there.
Do it again. I got emotional there.
Why?
Just feel honored. You're giving me the credit.
Yeah.
Feels good.
That was an homage to you, for sure.
The old pat on the back. Doing something right. What? Ooh.
I took a drink of my water bottle and it splashed in my eye like an idiot.
I have Rob! I have a little bit of what is the the little flap that goes back and forth between your airway and the food, like the old windpipe. There's a little flap, right?
Yeah. What's that thing called anyway?
Isn't it like the flappy ball?
Yeah, the old flappy flap. The old
flapper. Sure that's not what it's called.
The old beef throat. No.
Whoa. I like that though.
I'm gonna look it up.
How's the beef throat doing?
Yeah, the old beef throat. The old Arby's 5 for 5. And mine apparently is not very good. Like, it's like stuff goes down the wrong, it just doesn't seal all the way. So it is fairly common if I'm eating or drinking something, I will get the one of those.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, it drives me crazy. Not that it happens. The BTJ actively gets mad at me for it happening. She chastises me as if I don't know how to eat and drink.
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah.
It drives me. And the other, I don't know, this was maybe a month ago, I kind of snapped because I'll be sitting there and I'll drink something, I'll be eating, and I'll start, and she'll just appear out of nowhere and be like, "What is wrong with you? Slow down." And I'm like, "What do you want me to, what is wrong? I'm coughing. It's been years. You've heard this done 1,000 times. There's nothing I'm doing. I can't control the flap." And I finally snapped. She appeared from upstairs to chastise me. And I finally yelled back. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Hey, babe, your flap's bad.
She wants you to slow down.
It doesn't matter. It's not a matter of speed.
Slow down.
The flap sometimes just doesn't go over all the way. You're still an idiotic, a moron. And then she got mad at me for being mad. She did. She's like, really? You're yelling about this? I'm concerned about you. I'm like, no, you're not. This isn't a concern. You don't think I'm dying? You just want to come down and yell at me over something I can't control.
Is that the epiglottis?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
You remember that?
And apparently I have a defective one that doesn't work that well.
I like the flapper.
Yeah, the duck meat flap. Well, I'll tell you what, you come over to my house, don't you dare have something go down the duck meat flap, because you'll get chastised. Really?
Oh, Tony-san.
What is wrong? Like, really? You had to come from another room to come in here to then make a comment about my duck flap and berate me. As if I don't, after 48 years on the planet, I haven't figured out how to eat. Well, clearly you don't. You're choking.
Tell you what, it's an underrated thing when meeting a spouse.
Oh.
How does your epiglottis work? Because apparently to her, it's a pretty big deal.
It's a pretty big deal.
Tell you what, if you're single, that's a great intro line.
Right, I have a great epiglottis.
Great. I mean, I'm sorry.
Baby, you looking for somebody with an epiglottis that works?
It's not mine. Maybe that's why I was single for all those years.
Ditch the loser and head with the.
You then have to close the deal, but that is an incredible opening line.
It's a good starter.
It might be. And by the way, this started like you have that where there's a fight and then there's like a 2-day frosty period, Like, you're not fighting, but it's a Cold War. There's tension. This might be the silliest thing that caused a probably 48-hour... it was a 48-hour Cold War in my house over my epiglottis.
Well, then you guys are making like little jabs and little comments here and there. Just like little attacks.
Yeah.
You got to have your guard up at all times.
I may have occasionally, every time I ate something, I may have like done a fake.
No way. That's not like you.
Yeah. She may have called me an ass a couple times.
Also not like you.
Bottom line, their ass.
I think now she's terrified. The worst part about this is I know how this is going to end, which is I will be choking in real life, and she will either A, not help me and let me die, or she will taunt me, let me almost die, save my life, and then I will never, ever hear the end of it. I think I'd rather just die at that point. If it came down to living with that being held over my head for the rest of my life. Remember that time you yelled at me? What do you have to say now, you idiot? I think I would rather at that point just let the duck meat strangle me and just kill me. I'm dead.
Well, you better hope you choke around your kids and not her. By the way, here's a guy on the text line. My wife clicks her teeth together when she chews. It's seriously the only thing that she does that drives me nuts. I don't think it's the jaw, isn't it? Isn't it the jaw click thing?
Well, you can click your teeth too.
Death by epiglottis? That'd be wild.
I think it's epiglottis, guys.
Whatever.
I'm calling it the duck meat flap.
I ain't no doctor.
No.
I push buttons over here.
It's the duck flap. I'm telling you.
Not very well either.
I tell you what, that my wife's jaw, or maybe it's her teeth, I don't know, but there is a loud chewing.
Drives you crazy?
It doesn't drive me crazy, but it's a little off-putting.
Coach Vaughn takes really big bites, and so I always go, ow, when she does. When she takes big bites.
Sound effects. I like it.
It's great.
I bet she loves that.
Loves it. Everyone else loves it too.
No. My coughing is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, how dare you cough?
No. If I have a cough, like if I get a cold or something, if I get a cough, boy, I'm going to hear about it. Like no matter what. I have one cough, I'll immediately get the accused. What is wrong? I don't know. I have a cough. Again? I got allergies. I think one day it must drive her brain crazy. That sounds like that. Was it Mary Hart that caused someone to have a seizure? I'm convinced at one point that if I end up murdered, it's her, and it's because I had a cough. God forbid I get sick like for an extended period of time. It's not going to end well at my house.
I want to see that interrogation room.
Now, I'm
what
not
was
saying
the motive? Well, he's coughing a lot.
He's coughing a lot. Like a lot.
I don't think you understand. It was the cough.
I couldn't handle it.
I'm not saying this is final.
Yeah.
But I have jotted down into my notes that the name of the 527 segment, moving forward, hence 2/4, will be the malfunctioning epiglottis segment. And again, I'm not saying it's final.
Look,
but let's try it out.
It's better than some of the other ones we've come up with.
Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Now, Jace, I have the love story of the century for you.
Is it me and the epiglottis here? Is that the love story?
I got to be honest with you. It does not sound like you and the BTJ have much of a love story at all, to be honest. But
that's great.
I'm sure there's some in there somewhere.
It's built on a rock-solid foundation.
You just don't tell us about.
No.
Now, this is from, now don't judge, but it's from a prison.
Oh. Hey, remember when we signed Swag up for a prison dating site?
I do.
That was good times.
So
he was too high and mighty for it.
This is in Miami. And there are two people, one named Daisy, the other named Joan.
Daisy and Joan.
Yeah, now Joan...
Is it a lesbian dating story?
Joan is a dude.
Oh. Joan is a dude?
Yeah. Or maybe Daisy's the dude. I don't know.
It's a bit of an upset.
I think Joan's the dude.
Okay.
Did I say it's in Miami? Did I tell you that? Okay.
You did.
So it's in Miami. They're both in for murder.
Oh. So, yeah, they're
in there for a while.
They're in there for a while. How are they in the same prison? Like, so maybe adjacent prisons? Because they don't let the male and the female inmates. That's not a
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
It's probably a fake story.
If anything I've learned from the Sharkensaw women's prison massacre movie that I watched, it's basically a documentary. Women's prison, that's totally separate from the male prison. Totally separate.
Yeah, this is probably a fake story, but I'm just going to go with it anyway.
Okay.
So these, and I'm telling you, this is the love story of a century. Can you believe this?
Probably not, but I want to hear it.
Daisy and Joan fell in love via the vent between floors. They would talk.
Oh, well, maybe the females are on one floor, males on another, sort of thing.
Right. Let's go with that.
Because you can't intermingle. So let's believe that.
So he loved her. Fell in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrapped his semen in plastic. He tied it to a rope made of torn bed sheets and lowered it down to her.
Okay. I don't believe this story is real, but if it is,
Dude,
that is the greatest love story of all time.
She pulled it up and self-inseminated with a store-bought applicator, and in 2024, she gave birth. Put it in to a baby girl.
How about that?
With DNA confirming it is their child.
I would say more than likely is one of the prison guards was the father, but
no, DNA confirmed.
So he took some sandwich wrap, took some cling.
That's right.
And
yes, I'm sure that's
wrapped it up, sent that thing down, huh?
Yeah.
Boy.
And she was like, "All right,
boy,
put it in." So now this raises another question.
That is true love.
You can be a virgin and have a kid.
Yeah, you can. It's called Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. But wait, does that? Are you no longer a virgin once the glad wrap goes up?
No, I think Jed Fish gets me hot. I think you're still a virgin. That's a technicality. You can't say you had sex. Can you? I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't
think that's allowed.
That's probably
not in this court.
That's probably a no counties.
Not up in here.
Huh? It's a hell of a thing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to report to you the love story of the century.
Now, did he have to?
Daisy and Joan.
So he just I wonder who came up with that idea. Is that his or is that hers? Is she like, give it to me, or he was like, hey.
When you're behind bars, you got to be resourceful.
Yeah. Now, does he get to see the kid at all, or?
That's another question.
They're in prison for life. I mean, she gets to probably go to a. Well, are you allowed to have a baby in prison?
You have asked so many questions in a row.
Yeah, I don't
have the answers.
No.
All I know is that's love.
Love. True love.
Brings us together.
Hey.
Today.
If you want to find out if you're really meant for each other, ask that question. Honey, if we're in prison, would you indeed take my cling wrap sperm?
Yeah.
She says no.
No.
Maybe you're not meant to be.
I think it depends on the status of your epiglottis.
Yeah. In that case, I'm in trouble. I'm going to go home tonight and fake cough and record it. You can hear the reaction. Really?
So I've got the Rat Ship latest and Boy Chuck's Beaver.
Well, I saw the beaver.
You see that?
I saw the beaver, Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm Team Beaver, man.
That's really something.
Yeah.
We'll get to these items coming up here on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NCAA tournament officially is expanding to 76 teams in 2027 for both the men and the women. The 8 additional teams added will all be at large bids, and it'll be the 12 lowest automatic seeds and the 12 lowest at-large seeds. Those will be the teams playing in the opening round, which is previously known as the first 4. Knicks forward OG Anunoby, he is day-to-day with a hamstring strain. Knicks up 2-0 in their series over the Philadelphia 76ers. Detroit taking on Cleveland right now, about 3 minutes left in that one. Detroit has taken a 7-point lead in that game. Former 49ers receiver Juwan Jennings, he and the Minnesota Vikings have reached an agreement today, 1-year deal worth up to $13 million. The Colts, they've released quarterback Kenny Moore and former Beaver and current Cub Matthew Boyd. He underwent successful surgery on his left meniscus. Boyd suffered the injury playing with his children, should be out about a month. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right. Got Beaver news.
Well,
in a moment.
Who doesn't want Beaver news?
But the rat virus cruise ship, they say, is due to arrive. Is it? Well, it's in the Canary Islands. Okay, that's all I know.
Okay.
I can't pronounce the. I don't know this port.
Just go with Canary Islands.
It's in the Canary Islands.
There you go.
Okay.
That's all you need.
So it's due to arrive there in the early hours of Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So the pandemic should start, like Monday afternoon?
They're not going to dock, and passengers will be evacuated in small boats. And the reason for this is that port workers threatened to strike and even block the port.
Oh.
They were like, we don't want that crap.
Makes sense. I got a buddy of mine's a longshoreman. You think he wants to go unload that crap?
So, yeah.
I thought there was more coming.
Well, there is.
So they just have to hang out there in port?
I don't know. It doesn't say what they're going to do. I mean, I don't think they're taking everybody off of the cruise ship. I think they're just taking the sick ones that need care off of the cruise ship.
Yeah, because don't the rest of them have to be quarantined for a while?
Yeah, but you could quarantine them there, but they just have to take them off in small increments, Well,
I think there's a difference between someone that hasn't shown any symptoms, but if you're like sick, I don't think they can just make you stay on the boat while you die.
Well, I know. What I'm saying is they're taking those people off. What I'm unclear on is how many other people they're taking off. If they're quarantining in the Canary Islands, or if they're only taking the sick off and then everybody else just has to float around until the virus is gone.
Again, can you go to prison if you just made a run for it?
Didn't that happen with COVID?
Did someone? I don't know. I mean, I guess
Well, there was a British passenger, they said, who did disembark with one of the deads.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And they're still looking for that person.
Used a fake name, and you're like, deuces. I mean, I guess they could get you because you're in a foreign country, but if you're in your home country, if you docked outside of LA and you're from Portland and you're like, dude, I'm done with the ship, and you find your way off, I don't know, you violating some sort of quarantine, is there a law against that? I don't know how any of that works.
Yeah, they said 7 British nationals disembarked at St. Helena on April 24th. 2 of them are self-isolating, and the other ones have not. They don't know where they are.
Well, I'm guessing that they will. I mean, they have the manifesto, so they do know who you are.
No, they don't know where they are.
Yeah, I'm saying, but eventually they'll track you down. But you think about how many people they can come in contact with. This is interesting because I've read different things, and some people say that, all you have to go on is what people say. You're trying to read people that have somewhat credible credentials on this stuff, and you hear some people that say, this could be really, really bad. Others say that this is going to be hard to transmit, and that there's a high fatality rate and a short incubation period. So this isn't something that's likely to spread. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing we'll wait and see. But it is kind of freaky that, coming off of COVID, And now you're getting hit with this, and this feels like the early days when there was a lot of misinformation, and you got a cruise ship, and it's quarantined, and you got a couple people sick, and it doesn't take that long for something like this to spread. And if COVID taught us anything, it's that we ain't going back. Like, if there was something that was truly, like, killing, I mean, COVID killed a lot of people, but you had, like, a 99% chance to live. This has, like, a 40% fatality. If this is even remotely spreadable and gets into a bunch of people, this is gonna be real bad.
Oh no! There's a French passenger who is still aboard because a lot of them are doing interviews.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're probably loving it. Like, hey, interview me.
Yeah, and so she said that those that are left on the ship do what they want. There's no lockdown measures in place.
It's Thunderdome.
Well, that's what she's saying. That doctor said that they all have to mask. Remember the Ben doctor that we talked about?
Yeah, he was there trying to help him out.
Well, he's on there, and he said they all have to. The only time they can take their mask down is if they're eating, and they do. They're spacing spacing out.
Dude, if I was on that ship, I wouldn't go anywhere near anyone else. Like, that's the amazing part. Is like, dude,
these people.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be hiding in my room in the corner.
Totally.
Like, there's 8 people have gotten sick. 3 are dead. And you're like, well, as long as I stay 6 feet apart, F that. Bring me my food to my room. I'll be here on my bed.
Hey, 60% chance to live. We're fine.
I guess.
I'll take my odds.
She revealed that mask wearing is mandatory for the remaining passengers, but said that they all eat together at the restaurant. This passenger added, there's social distancing, but it's only been in place for 3 days. We eat seated in a staggered pattern. There was a big barbecue on the boat as if nothing had happened. She said people are not panicking, but you can feel that it is starting to weigh on you, especially since we don't know where we're going.
Jeez. I don't know. It's just that. Again, it's the unearned confidence thing. You're not at all worried. 3 of you are dead. 8 of you are sick, and they may die. 3 of you have been dead.
It seems like something to worry about.
Yeah.
So they're now. So this is the World Health Organization's Dr. Maria van Kerkhove.
Mm-hmm.
And she says this is not the start of a pandemic. She says, we completely understand why these questions are coming, but this is not the same situation we were in 6 years ago. She confirmed that there were no new symptomatic cases on the ship since 3 people were evacuated yesterday, adding that morale has improved significantly since the ship started moving. She said that passengers were confined to their cabins now.
There you go.
5 of 8 suspected cases from the ship have now been confirmed.
So again, to say that it was bad a day ago and there's no new cases, well, give it a couple days. I don't does anyone know how long this takes to show up?
It's the instant gratification. Well, nothing today. We're fine.
What are you talking about? I'm fine. Yeah, I was down in Tijuana and I did some stuff, but I don't feel sick right now. Therefore, we're okay. Keep partying.
Maybe let's look into the long term a little bit here.
Yeah, the other one is that, and we said this the other day, but there is there's an air. What do they call them?
Like a purification system?
No. Like the stewardess, like a flight attendant.
Oh,
flight attendant.
Yeah.
Who was hospitalized? Who wasn't on the ship?
She just came in contact with someone else.
That's right. That was on the ship, and she got hospitalized with symptoms. She's in Amsterdam, so the cat's already out of the bag. Like, I get you got to contain the people on the ship.
That's my point.
But people have already left the ship.
If this is really something that can spread easily between people, we're in some trouble. That being said, nothing like the amount of chaos that would have to occur before
that being said,
anyone in our country took this seriously. I just can't think of the damage that would have to be done before people would listen. COVID, whatever you think of COVID, that ruined any sort of trust. I know people that they could have family members die and they'd be like, nah, it's not related, not doing it. We're just not doing that again. And that's kind of the scary part, is that if something is bad, we'll ignore it for so long and it will get so bad. So let's hope this isn't that. And as someone asking, is the casino still open on that ship?
I don't know if it has a casino.
I would hope so. I mean, can we stop making cruises a thing? I mean, when are we going to learn?
Once again, fella, I tell you what, you want to get elected. I'll tell you how not to get elected.
Cruises.
Fight against cruises and people getting deals to go sail the high seas.
People love cruises.
That's how I feel. And again, I don't think people love cruises. I think they love the deal. It's a bang for your buck thing.
Let me ask you this.
And they make a lot of sacrifices, and they know it kind of sucks, but they're like, oh, this is all right. This is good enough for my money.
I have concepts of a plan.
I want to ask you this, both of you, because cruises might be mine. What is the thing that is insanely popular? Like, it's a billion-dollar industry, millions of people, that you cannot process it. Like, it just, you don't understand it. You don't know why it's popular. That it might be cruises. And I love to vacation. I'm not a homebody. Like, I love to go on vacation. I cannot process that you're like, hey, I get 1 week a year and we can do whatever we want. I got an idea. Crappy hotel room, bad buffet, cruise, let's go. And we're going to kind of see some places, but not really. I just don't get it.
Cruise is a good one because there's been talks around the Vaughn household, Coach Vaughn and her sister and her husband of, hey, let's take family cruises. And I'm always against it. I'm like, that sounds horrible. Let's go do something else if we want to go vacation together. So that is a great answer.
Well, cruises, I can see the allure of cruises. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Because, and look, I make fun of it. I'm joking around about cruises. Like, people, if you want to travel, it's a lot of money. And cruises are a way to spend less and still see a lot of stuff. So I can see the allure of that.
For a family, I think it's good for a family.
Correct.
For that. But I'm with Suk. I don't understand what would be fun about it to be stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean. Seems like nothing good can happen.
No.
For me, it's always been camping.
Camping, dude, I hate camping.
I will never understand why people love to go sleep on the ground. Out where bears will eat you. It makes no sense to me. Now, I get that it's evolved into glamping and stuff like. And that's
I don't even
different.
understand glamping.
No,
well, I get glamp.
Shocking, you're not an outdoorsman.
Dude, I hate it. I tell you what, and Coach Vaughn's family loves it. And I've told him, I said, look, if you guys want to go camping or glamping, that's fine. I am finding an Airbnb and I'm staying there.
Dude, I kind of want to see.
Dude,
I kind of want to see the Bonner just out in the woods. And not like
I don't do well.
I want like off the grid camping.
No, thank you. I'm dead within 2 hours.
Yeah, I could see that camping. See, and that's the weird part is like given the choice between going on a week-long cruise or going camping for a week, I would take camping.
The one for me,
because we're isolated.
A little controversial is this is bad to say at a sports station. I don't understand golf.
Damn it.
I get so frustrated when I play golf. I don't understand why it's so fun.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't got its hooks in you yet.
No.
I also have broken a couple of clubs, like hitting in the driving range, just like the club heads fall off, and I'm like, what is the point of this? I'm swinging hard because I want to hit the ball far, and my club breaks. And then I'm frustrated because it didn't even go far.
Well, it's horrible. Here's all you need to know.
And then I get so mad when I hit the ball and it goes straight to the left or right. I'm like, this is stupid. Why am I doing this?
Well, it is stupid. The thing is, it is stupid. And
so I hate it.
You're just not wrong.
You're no.
I'll let you in on a conversation Suk and I had before we.
This is true.
Before we crack the mics today, we both come in, we see each other, and we're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, I had a breakthrough at the range today," and I'm like, "What? Has it been bad or something?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, it's been so bad that like I don't even want to play. I hate it. It sucks."
I thought about quitting. I really did.
But finally, I went to the range, and a buddy of mine, he helped me out, and I was like, "Oh, dude." You have no idea. I had an emergency range session with Kevin from Langdon yesterday. I had the shanks. And Kevin and I was like, dude, I'm gonna throw my clubs in the lake. And Kevin got me right in about 5 swings. That's golf. Golf is so dumb. It's the worst.
And that's
do not play it.
That is a true conversation. And I said, I hate this game. And Rob's
we hate it. It's awful. I didn't want to swing.
It doesn't help that I don't play very often. So when I do play, it's like I'm really terrible. And I'm like, why am I doing this?
No, there's just the only thing I can say to you is that somewhere along the line, if you play enough, it will grab you like a virus, like a rat virus. And it's basically just the idea that you'll hit a couple you'll get that feeling.
The good shots do feel good.
And then you're like, oh.
Yep.
Wait, what if I, can I do this more? And then how good can I get at this? And before you know it, you've spent thousands of dollars on a worthless endeavor. You're going to continue, no matter how good you get, you still suck. Like it's the never-ending battle of futility.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah. Seriously,
but there's something about it.
I'm trying to like build a real golf swing, and the last like 3 times I went out and played, like it's kind of one of those you get worse before you get better. I literally wanted to quit. I thought about it. I was like, I will never pick up a golf club again. F this. I just and you're like, I am spending so much money to do something.
So expensive.
It's so dumb.
And I know I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get sweaty.
Yeah.
Like this is just not. I don't understand. I don't get it.
My other one.
I've tried.
The other one.
I don't.
I have one more as well.
Yeah, for adults. And again, I know people that love it, and I don't crap on it because I know they love it, and I don't want to be that guy. Like I have a buddy of mine that I work out with sometimes, and his wife, sweet lady, for his birthday, and I was at his birthday party, and he opened up his birthday present, and it was 2 like primo seats to WrestleMania, and and I want to be like, you're 45 years old. What, like, really? WrestleMania? And he'll come in and they'll be like, man, did you see what Raw? No, I didn't. Or he'll be like, hey, do you think The Rock or whoever the hell can? I don't know if he can do it or not. It's scripted. For grown men to talk about it and like debate it. Who's the best of all? He won 17 titles versus this guy that like what? Huh? I might understand cruises more than I understand adults that are really into wrestling. And I get it. It's your hobby, whatever. You love it, whatever you're into. I cannot process it in my brain. It makes no sense.
Were you ever into wrestling, though?
Yeah, when I was 10.
Right. So that's it.
Well,
they're kids.
It's the nostalgia.
They're grown children.
You know what else I did when I was 10? I used to wear a Michael Jackson glove and run around as a fat white kid that shopped in the Husky teen section, and I sang bad. Yeah, I don't do it anymore. Like you grow.
Are you sure about that?
That's not what I heard.
Yeah. You grow out of things.
By the way, I have one along those same lines.
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Grown people get boners over going to Disney.
We'll talk about having to take out loans to get there.
Yep.
Well, and I get wanting the kids to take the kids, but there are like Disney fanatics that are just that's something
we
I'll
look
never
into it.
understand.
It's so expensive. Like we're like we got to save another 7 years before we can go, and then the kids won't be into it. So what's the point?
You into it though? Like,
No,
are you like, oh, I got to go see Snow White? Like,
No.
what?
No, not at all.
It makes no sense to me. By the way, here's a golf quote that I love that I've kept over the years. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to read it. And Stephen will be like, that's dumb because he's not there yet if he ever gets there with golf. Mm-hmm. But I think you'll appreciate this. And anybody that somehow fell in love with golf will get it. Golf is deceptively simple and endlessly complicated. It satisfies the soul and frustrates the intellect. It is at the same time rewarding and maddening, and it is without a doubt the greatest game mankind has ever invented. That's golf.
That is a beautiful summary.
And if you don't get to the other side, because you're not on that side yet, you won't see that. But there's something about it, and every golfer hates it. They do.
Well, and it seems like it should be so easy.
Well, that's what it says. It's deceptively simple.
It should be. Swing a club easy.
It is endlessly complicated.
10-foot putt. Oh, easy. Oh man, not easy.
And I think that's the allure of it. Is like you watch people do it at such a high level, and you go, "Well, what am I missing?" Yeah. And so then you go on a 50-year journey of trying to figure out what you're missing, and then you just realize you just kind of suck. Put it in.
By the way, Stephen, for your plan, the average now for a family of 4. Trip to Disneyland with moderate flights, moderate accommodation, so not like going baller, just the average is around $8,000.
No.
Just so you're wondering.
No, thank you.
$8,000.
Reason 75.
Here's somebody who nominates gambling. Anything at a casino aside from the sports book, but like cards and slots, stupidest thing ever.
I'm almost getting to that. I love gambling. I'm almost getting to the point where I can't play cards because I lose every time.
No.
I cannot disagree with that, but I mean he's right.
Yeah.
And actually, the sane and logical point of view is his. Unfortunately, I don't have that. point of view. I freaking love it. And I'm with Steven. We haven't gone to Vegas in a while now because I keep getting my clock clean.
Automatic L.
Like, dude, give me one win and I'll be back.
I just want like a 20-minute stretch where
It's unbelievable. And everybody says the same thing, which leads me down the road of conspiracy of Vegas, COVID, and there's a conspiracy, the card games and the table game.
Yeah,
dude, do not play table games. You're gonna get absolutely boat raced.
Clickety clack, we got a break.
And yet, I love it. We'll be right back with a final segment entitled The Vagina Monologues.
Yeah, we're on the old clock.
Oh, yeah. Is the show over?
About 2 minutes. This feels a little more familiar. Steven's like, yeah, it's about
This is the comfortable spot right here.
That's the sweet
It
spot.
only took till Thursday, guys. Good job.
Right in the groove. We're right back on it. Feels good. Jeez. Man, we got talking about clickety-clacks and casinos and stupid golf.
Stupid golf.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow morning. I should be going to throw my clubs in a river. But no, I'm go spend a bunch of money. Do something that's just going to piss me off.
The other thing about golf that's crazy is how much of your mind will be consumed by it.
Oh, yeah.
Once it gets its hooks in you.
Yeah.
You're constantly thinking about it.
And how bad I am. And if I just do this.
It's like, yeah, maybe it was this.
The
Maybe I should try that.
The amount of thoughts going through my head as I approach the golf ball, it really is unlimited. And I was telling Rob, there's no worse feeling in the world than standing over a shot and realize that you're thinking about 1,000 things and nothing feels right. And you're like, just step away and take a breath. And you're like, nah, it'll be fine. I'll swing anyways. And sure enough.
Nah.
What
Exactly.
could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
All right. You guys.
That game is so dumb.
And it's like universal that golfers believe that.
Yeah.
Like, play with any group of golfers.
Yeah, they all hate it.
And they all hate it.
Yeah.
They'll all be out there like, God, this sport. And you're like, right?
Yeah, we're all there.
What are we doing here?
Spending too much money to be angry.
And yet, like, all right, see you next week, Tommy.
Be back.
We are back tomorrow on 3-7. Good night.